We now continue at the very cusp of a moment of where Carp Diem is in a bit of a predicament. Previously, the party has currently successfully regrouped and met a new individual referred to as Xiam. He follows a very specifically unfavored deity amongst the residents of Ephyra. Seeing better that it's better off to have an alliance with each other, both parties decide to cooperate for the time being, venturing forth through the Sahuagin Den. The party decided to do this because they didn't want to deal with the Shadow Touch Hydra or a creature that has turned other creatures into pancakes down another path. Venturing forth, the party defeat a group of Sahuagin guardians and later regular Sahuagin creatures and other nefarious creatures. Celebrating their victory, they moved on and they discovered a treasure room, to which they discovered various different useful items for their journey, one of which being a very rare brand of shoes. Seeing that everything is currently better off and under control, the party ventured outward where they came across the Scion and the priest. The Scion completed a ritual of some sort with all the corpses that the Carp Diem has made amongst the monsters. And beside him was a priest that worked for the Sword of Shadun. Upon not accepting the condition of leaving the Damascus Steel page, they completed the ritual and summoned a being that is known of unknown power that has currently suppressed the ability of casting magic, only for a moment, briefly disconnecting Xiam and Death from their sources of power, only for a moment. Rumors of these creatures have long persisted for a time, and now under the presumptive eye of Shadun, or one of his lieutenants, he currently laughs at what he believes is Carp Diem's folly. Unsure of what this thing is or what it's truly capable of, the party makes appropriate steps to avoid the potential danger. That is where we are for tonight. So, I will please allow me to switch the music. Unless everyone else wants to listen to their own music, so it's your call. Before we begin, does anyone have any questions of what happened since last time? Okay.
So, Will, is there even another exit out of this place?
There might be one. The party hasn't discovered any other exits so far.
Okay, and the only place we haven't been is, I'm just moving the HOTS token, like over here, right?
And up that in that direction as well.
And up in here, okay.
Yeah, we haven't been up in there yet.
Alrighty. So, right now...
We did fight in that little bottom right corner, though. So.
So, right now, Death, you're up.
Oh, I'm up? Okay. Great. I want to leave. So, Death's just gonna... I'm gonna bolt. It can't gonna dash.
Alrighty.
There's no squares, so I'm just gonna intuit that
right there, I'll count that. I'll count that as 20 feet.
20 feet? Okay, 20 feet. I'm gonna start going up this way.
About here is where I'll count as 30 feet.
Okay, I'm dashing, so I'm gonna keep going.
Now you have 60.
Now you have 60. Yoink.
Alrighty, when you get that far, I'm going to need you to make me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh boy, okay. What's my con save? Great. Not amazing. Since it's a saving throw, gotta do it in the bot. 10!
Alrighty.
Cool.
You
Oh.
get speared for so you get speared
Ow.
for 10 damage due to coral spikes.
Fuck that coral.
And also, I'm gonna need to make me
Hate these
another
guys.
Constitution saving throw.
Another? Okay. Eight. Very
You-
cool.
You're now poisoned.
Awesome. Yay. Love being poisoned.
Hell yeah.
I don't know where to put that on my character sheet. I'll just remember that. I'm poisoned. Neat. Yeah. While I'm standing here, poisoned and not doing fantastic, do I see any possible exits? Perchance?
Oh, thank you, Loon. As you are currently looking around, this will not cost an action to do so. You do
Cool.
notice that there appears to be a passageway directly to your north.
Directly to my north. Awesome. I'm gonna, I guess, yell that to the party. In which Death poisoned. Owie leg. He's just gonna go. I think there's a way out up here. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You use my action. I'm gonna end my turn.
Alrighty. Percy.
Yes. Alright. So, the big purple thing. What does it look like to Jen?
The big purple thing.
It's more magenta than purple.
Magenta.
Yeah. It's basically a 9-foot tall, 9-foot tall, like, amphibian. Kind of think of like a featureless lizard, where it doesn't have a mouth, but two jet black eyes. As you also do notice that a couple parts of its body are pulsating, and you do notice a strange fluid slipping out of its different orifices.
This is how I've always. This is how I'm imagining what it looks like. Kinda. So, well, I'm not sure if that's accurate.
It's a good it's a good mental one for right now. I just can't find a good image to really convey what I want. I'm working on that.
Just sending you my backlog of random amphibian creatures from Call of Cthulhu.
Right. So that's what you currently see standing before you, Percy. And you do notice that it is carrying it's carrying like a large two-handed weapon, where it's like a tendril scythe.
Alright, and we're just want to turn back to the rest of the group then. Are we running or? I'm asking the party.
The child already ran off, I said we follow.
Yeah, I think so.
He shouted that there was an exit in that direction. Considering with the situation we're in, we should head where he is going.
Out of context, Will, take your pick of all my random amphibian creature images.
I like the second one.
The second and third one are actually pretty close.
Okay. I'll just delete the other ones then.
Alright.
First one, though, I might reuse as wildlife for a different campaign.
Okay.
Who is not able to move the fastest? Who's slow in the party right now?
Probably me, cause Shrike's on the fucking horse.
I'm not a Shrike, bitch!
Cheyenne is on a horse.
Yeah!
Alright.
Sorry, I'm on a horse. It's just-
Kellen, you care if I pick you up or not?
I don't care, I want to live.
Alright, I'll attempt to throw Kellen over my side.
Alright, that will count as interact objects. Your speed is going to be reduced by 1/3.
But Kellen's not a woman!
Alright.
To some people.
Sorry, what?
Kellen isn't a woman, which
To
means that
some-
he's not an
what?
object.
To some people, what is that implying?
I don't
Oh
know.
boy.
Okay.
Alright,
Feel free to quote me on that, by the way.
I'm pretty
Alright.
sure I've said that before.
Yeah.
About Kana being an object.
Yes, you'd have.
That's why I
Okay.
made the joke that Kellen isn't an object because he isn't a woman.
Which one's your token
I
again?
appreciate you, Lou.
I'm the
I
diamond.
Percy.
And I'm the gray little
Okay.
pointer.
So you're standing here. You move like 5 feet to grab him. So for standard movement, you'll be able to move about here.
Yeah,
But he has unarmed movement. He's a fucking
I
monk.
do.
Oh yeah,
I
you
have.
do. So that means
then
you
I'll-
have 1, 2. So yeah, you'll be about here.
And then bonus action,
Oh,
step
key
of
point?
the wind to dash.
Got it.
Yeah, which will double my movement.
So you have 40 feet, reduced
45.
by a third. Oh, 45. So reduced by a third. Yeah, so you have a full 30 feet. So you can actually move 2 spaces north of death.
Yeah. All right.
And Kellen is right with you.
All right. And as you begin to approach, and they are going to be oranges.
Orange, my favorite.
Two Sahagin are currently ravishly feasting upon the bones of a sacrifice. As they look around and they see you.
Diego, can you handle them?
Who's Diego?
Oh,
Who's
right, Kellen, can you handle them?
Kellen's already aiming his gun at the nearest Sahuagin. I was born ready. Not by choice, unfortunately.
I'm not gonna ask.
Alrighty. They won't have their turn until next round.
I mean, they're probably surprised.
Yeah, that's why I said they won't have turn until next round.
Hold on.
I leave it to you, Kellen. Shoot.
I need to pull up my D&D status tracker. Here we go. There we go.
Alrighty.
I have
Is that the end of your turn, Percy?
That's movement. It was action to pick up Kellen, right?
Yeah.
Alright, yeah, that'll be end my turn.
Alrighty then. I'll just say for the moment, since you guys had that conversation, I'll count that as if your character's ability to talk for this round. Okay, what is up next? Alright, Xiam, you're up.
Sorry, I'm quoting stuff.
Oh wait,
Give me
is it
1
Xiam?
second.
I think
Yes,
I
I
got
think it is.
Okay, cool. I thought it was inversed.
Okay, there we go. Alright. I have a horse that has 60 feet of movement.
Mm-hmm.
Where can Hans get to?
So 60 feet. So right here would be 30. This right here would be about 60.
Okay.
Actually, sorry. You'd be better right here, as far as you can go.
Okay.
what?
Given the horse technically acts on its own action, can I use its action instead of like having it beat the shit out of anything to just real quickly pick that bitch in a high gear and dash?
You may.
Whoop.
So the furthest point you could dash, I'm just gonna move your token for reference, is about here.
Right there. Oh, holy shit. Okay. Well, I have an action, and do I have line of sight on those bitches?
Yes, you do. You are slightly elevated by 5 feet.
Okay. Well. Interesting. How far away would you say that I am? I need to check the range on a spell.
Alright, 1, 2, 3. They are with, first orange one is in 30 feet, the second orange one's in 30 feet.
Great. I am gonna not actually use my full movement then, right at this moment. I'm gonna end up somewhere right about here, and I'd like to cast Fear, which is a 30-foot cone directly in front of me to blast those bitches.
Alrighty, whiz save, right? What's your spell save DC at?
My spell save DC is a 16.
Alrighty. They both fail. They're both under the fear condition.
Alrighty, they cannot willingly move closer towards me, and in addition, if I am within 10 feet of them, they have no movement.
Okay. So
They're stuck.
Alrighty, I'm gonna give them both red trims to show that they're under the fear condition.
Yeah, the spell fear, specifically. While frightened by the spell, a creature must take the dash action and move away from you by the safest available route on each of its turns, unless there's nowhere to move. If the creature ends its turn in a location where it doesn't have a line of sight of you, the creature can make a wisdom saving throw. On a successful save, the spell ends for that creature. So effectively, they have now dropped their weapons, can't move, and are basically just standing there paralyzed.
Yeah, for the time yes.
Yep. Alrighty, that's the end of my turn.
Alrighty, cool. So, this creature, it leaps forward to red triangle and purple hexagon. And right there, it reaches its arm out, and then from there, it clenches a fist and raises it upward. And then from there, you basically feel the world, feel the entire environment begin to quake and shake. As from there, a mass basically formulate and it expands outward. A stone wall begins to formulate and segments itself as you are currently between it and the wall it's created. And as it looks down upon you, it tilts its head ever so slightly, and it raises its scythe. That is going to be his turn. What he didn't do an attack action, so that wouldn't count. That is going to be the end of his turn.
So it looks like Kana and Geo are stuck between a literal rock and a hard place.
Oh yeah, and the wall goes as far up as the ceiling.
It's a wall made of what exactly?
The big stone wall.
The big stone wall.
It's basically like a cemented wall of coral, blood, and sinew. You also currently see out faces of different creatures that died here.
Are there holes in the wall?
No.
Fuck.
Can you explode it with the fireball spell?
We don't have magic, right?
Yes, we do. I just cast fear.
Oh, right.
Yeah, but you're far away from the big pink dot.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that is true.
Kana, it is now your turn.
Of
Was
course
not
I had
planning
to
for
roll
this.
low.
Hold on. I really wasn't planning for this to happen.
Okay.
What's the range of that? Oh gosh. Is the wall magical?
The wall?
Yeah.
To a degree, yes.
Can I cast Dispel Magic on it?
Yes, however, this isn't connected to this realm's version of magic, so it's going to be at disadvantage.
Well,
But
dang.
Dispel Magic works automatically.
Realms version
I'm
of
casting it at 5th level, so
Alright,
it's-
then roll.
if it's above
Roll.
5th level, then I have to roll, otherwise I don't.
Mm-hmm. Anything above, I believe, level 3, you make an Arcana roll.
No,
No, it's
not if you
dependent
upcast it, Will.
on- Yeah,
It's
if you
at the level
upcast
that you
it,
cast it. So if it's
Yes.
5th
Yeah.
level or below, I don't
then
have
it
to
does.
roll.
Yeah,
So,
he just
like,
automatically
if the-
succeeds.
spell is
Oh.
like Force Wall or something.
Then it
Oh.
just is going to automatically dispel, unless it's 6th level or higher.
Yeah.
That's automatically dispelled.
Well,
That is how Dispel Magic works.
Yeah. Dispel Magic is.
It's a full action.
It is a
So,
full
like-
action.
It's a full ass spell. Like I'm casting my only 5th level spell slot to do this. It's not like
It's not like Counterspell.
yeah.
No.
Counter spells.
Yeah, Counterspell is specific. Dispel Magic can dispel.
Dispel Magic just
creatures.
says no.
Yeah, Dispel Magic just says no. Dispel
Like,
Magic's
literally-
funny like that.
Dispel Magic can like literally just get rid of magic items too. In
Yeah,
theory.
it'll-
So
it
like
can also-
the wall
Yes, it
shatters
can.
and it falls apart.
Hey!
It says creature, object, and magical effect. So,
I put the
you can dispel magic
the
items.
description in general. So it's just
It's gone. It's
now.
gone. It's gone.
Okay. Did I mention I was gonna do that as a quickened spell?
No.
Sorcerer. All.
So that was a bonus action then.
Yeah.
Which means you can't disengage, which means if you run from that thing, you will provoke an
No.
attack of opportunity.
Since he used a bonus action to quicken it, now he can disengage.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind.
So I'm gonna disengage and run.
Casually fuck off.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can move as far as here.
That's me. That's, yeah.
You moved Geo's token.
You moved this,
I
yeah.
put Geo back, we're good.
It's not... Okay.
Okay, well that's literally all I can do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Up next, it is... Geo.
Alright, well... what's the page? Of course. Okay, so I will have Geo use the cunning action disengage,
Okay.
and then we'll move here.
Right,
That's
right
30,
here.
right?
Yeah, at that point right there, you would be at 40 feet of movement.
Alright, so like here?
Right there would be 30.
Okay. I actually think we'll leave it there.
Alrighty.
Yeah, that's the right move. Like as Geo gets there, he'll turn back around to see if there's anything following them, and then
you'd
that'll
be-
be the end of
Okay.
what Geo's doing.
Round 2, death.
Yay! Okay, so Shiom's dealing with the Sakugan, right?
Well, I've paralyzed them to the point where they basically can just... All they can do is stand there and stare in stupor while I'm next to them. They literally can't do anything else.
Perfect.
But once I move out of range of the Aura of Conquest, which means 10 or more feet away from them, they will be able to then sprint away as fast as they can towards the strike. But that's about it.
Well, I'm going to once again dash to get to the door.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So here would be 30 feet of movement.
Okay, I'm gonna
1,
dash so that way I
2,
can get to the.
3, 4, 5, 6. So you would be able to be about here.
Okay, great. Yeah, definitely. He's just gonna he's going to dash all the way over there, running like a little bitch, and he's gonna turn around a little bit and wait for the party to catch up to him. That's where I end my turn.
Up next, it is Percy.
Tana, Diego. Sorry, just not Tana. Tana and Geo are the ones far behind us, right?
Yeah.
Kellen, can you run the rest of the way by yourself?
Yeah.
Alright. I'll put Kellen down.
Thank you.
What, Tana and Geo, which one of you has the most movement speed?
Likely Geo.
Tana, do you care if Percy picks you up?
That's fine with me.
Alright. How much movement is it to get back there?
Up 10 feet.
Alright.
And just-
Interact
just-
objects?
Yeah, and just subtract 15 feet of movement from your current movement.
Okay. So, I have 20, and then 50. Okay. Yeah. How is that
Uh,
50 feet from that location?
1,
From-
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You can actually move about here.
Alright. That's another T point.
Step of the wind go brr, man.
I didn't go much faster, but no.
He's turning into a turnum, guys. Look out! He's coming as Sonic OC.
Oh no.
Alright, I believe. Yes, that is the end of my turn.
Okay, up next it's Xiam.
Okay, given that I'm kind of busy keeping these things fear-locked, are these like the fucking beefy-ass Sahuagin we saw, like, previously, or are these, like, littler ones? Because I'm assuming we can tell the difference.
Yes, you're able to tell. These are Barons, not Guardians.
Oh, fuck. Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna, chill next to them, but given that they can't actually do anything, can I beat the shit out of them?
Go ahead. You can roll the hit.
Hell yeah. They're smaller than me, so, ADB time. Yippee, yo. That's the wrong channel. D20 plus 2. Dirty 20.
Yes, that hits.
I would like to burn a second level Divine Smite.
Okay.
That does not break concentration to add an extra, I believe that will be 3d8.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. 4d8 plus 6. 18 damage.
Okay.
Wow, that was really shit. Second attack.
That hits.
27. Let me check for nat 20 because I think we do have advantage. No, okay. D8 plus 6. And that is 9 damage.
Okay.
And that is, I think, the end. Oh, no. Hans go bonk. This one does not get the advantage. Okay, horse. Don't be bad.
That hits.
Good job. Good job, Hans. Good job. If they have magical damage resistance, I'd like to say that the horse's hooves are not magical.
Okay.
So they don't overcome any resistance if they have it. 13 bludgeoning.
All right.
And that is the end of my turn.
Okay. Geo, you currently see a faint flash of light flash of light.
Okay.
It is going to move 5 feet forward.
Uh-oh.
And right now, its only target right now, it is death.
Oh, okay.
Wait, how did it magically get over there?
Teleport.
Oh, okay.
Does a
Yeah,
dirty
that
20
hits.
hit you?
Uh-huh.
Roll
Yeah.
me a strength saving throw.
Strength saving throw. Okay.
Death, is Death within 10 feet of me? I'm assuming not.
No.
No.
Okay, no buff for you, Skid.
13.
13? Okay.
13.
You are currently, so... You take 10 bludgeoning damage as you are
Ow.
knocked backward 10 feet.
Okay,
That-
that's fine.
Oh yeah, you hit your head against the wall, buddy.
Owie.
Bonk.
Check for a concussion later.
I'm also poisoned.
I mean,
That means you should have actually made that
Whoa.
save with disadvantage, but you failed anyways.
I failed
so
any.
who
I
cares?
forgot.
And the
And-
attack
oh well.
should have been at advantage, right?
No,
No.
no. Poison
No.
only just imposes disadvantage on attack rolls, saving throws, and skill checks for the person who's poisoned, but nothing else gets bonus.
I have disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks.
Alrighty.
Glad I changed it then.
Who is Gray Circle?
That is me.
That's
Percy.
a Percy.
And it's going to raise up its fists, and it is going to see. You're going to see several muscle fibers begin to form around it to make the fist even bigger. As it is going to do a thing that's only if it hits.
Should have used patient defense. No.
No, not Percy. Oh.
Yeah, that is.
I'm gonna need you to roll me a d6.
Hey, does it
Oh, boy.
teleporting mean it has entered my attack range, by the way?
No.
When it magically enters, then no, it doesn't count. It has to physically move into it.
But it just moved
Darn.
into it after like knocking Death backwards. It was out of Death's attack range, then it walked towards Percy.
Then yes.
Then yes, I would like to hit it.
Roll to hit.
I gotta do it at disadvantage, so...
Yeah, because Death is
that is a 21.
That hits. Roll damage.
Great.
Okay, can I just say, fuck Hexblades and their ridiculous to hit rolls. Do you have,
I
like,
have
plus
I have a
15
plus-
or something at this point?
plus 10. That's 8
Okay.
damage. It's only a plus 10.
8
yeah,
damage total.
8 damage total, yes.
Alright,
2
I
plus
make
6.
a note right here.
Yeah.
And you rolled a 2.
Plus 6.
Yes.
Yeah.
Alright.
No, I rolled it too.
Oh yeah, Cooper rolled too.
A raging fever sweeps through your body. You have disadvantage on strength checks, strength saving throws, and attack throws that uses strength.
Ha! I'm a deathsmith.
And this is going to be a debuff on you for 7 days.
Neat.
Holy
And-
fuck.
That is the end of its turn. That's the end of the Overlord. Fuck! The Shrike Overlord.
Alright.
Mm-hmm.
That is the end of Overlord's turn. Up next, Kana. Oh, and now that it's on its turn, Death. When you strike it,
Yeah.
so when you strike it, you saw like its innards begin to pour out, and then from there you
became
actually,
outards?
Yeah,
Its
and
innards
becoming
became
outards, and then
Uh-huh.
like spaghetti noodles, it pulls back into its body and reseals itself.
Ew.
Does that mean it has regeneration?
Oh no, that is
Yes.
the end of its turn. Up next, Kana.
So the blue square is the exit, right?
Yes.
Alright. I am going to try and dash.
Okay.
Go around the long way to try and get towards
Alright,
the exit.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's 6. So you're once you are here, once you enter the doorway, it will take an attack of opportunity against you.
Save us, Kana. Take the
Okay.
tag.
So I can move to there, and move through the door, or is it or move through the door?
You
can
move to there.
you
Oh,
can
go
move
ahead.
there. So you can move there with your disengage of your 30 feet. If you move into the door, that's going to be 35.
No, I said dash, not disengage.
Oh, okay. So yeah, you would dash into it, and if you were to dash through that door, yeah, it would take an attack of opportunity against you.
Yikes.
How much HP you got?
Not a whole lot, my guy. I'm at 40. It's better than nothing. Should I go through the door, guys?
Take the attack.
That sounds like go through the door.
Does going through the door automatically exit you from the combat? So it's
Yes.
like escaping? Okay.
Yeah.
Then yeah, Tim, if it crits, I believe I have inspiration. I'll just burn it for you.
Okay. I will go ahead and attempt to go through the door.
Alrighty. $28.
That's not a crit.
That hits.
Yeah, it's not a crit, but
It's
I'm not. Yeah.
It's not doing damage, but it's going to use an ability. Roll me a d6.
I don't like that. Does it have to be in the
Yes.
slot? Balls.
As you're currently being struck being struck in the back, your flesh begins to flake and decay. You have disadvantage on all charisma checks, and you're vulnerable to all damage for the next 7 days.
Oh my god.
And okay.
Does the DM, just extremely important question for later. Do these count as diseases?
So diseases? So magically inflicted diseases, yes, but not
Okay,
connected
great.
to the weave.
Doesn't matter. Thank you.
Shame, Simeon.
I'm not worrying about magic. It doesn't matter if it's magically inflicted or not. After combat, I'm gonna have a fun time.
You get a cold medicine. You get a cold medicine.
Yeah, lay on hands.
Does that
Any
cure
disease, doesn't
diseases?
matter the source, can immediately be cured.
Wow.
For 5 points expended. Which means that since I saved 20, yes! Tim, that is exactly what's about to happen. You get a healed medicine! You get cold medicine! Time to expend the rest of my lay on hands pool!
Wild.
That is so. Is that the end of your turn, Kana?
Yeah, so I guess I'm through the door then?
Yes, you are through the door, and you're effectively out of combat.
Yeah, thank you, Kana, for leaving me to die.
Listen, man, you said go through the door. You said take the hit.
Alright, the brutes it is the brute's turn. They're going to try. One's going to try to attack Xiam.
The Barons? They're feared. They can't do anything.
Yeah, they have nowhere else to go.
Doesn't matter. They can't take any other actions other than the dash action. Because of the fear
Shut up.
spell. That's how it works.
And that will be their turn.
They, like I said, literally because currently of how Oath of Conquest works, while I'm standing next to them, all they can do is sit there paralyzed.
Okay, that is their turn.
You've never seen a horse before. It terrifies them.
True!
They're frightened specifically?
They're frightened, but also under the effect of the fear spell. It gives them the frightened condition, and in addition to the frightened condition,
okay.
they drop everything they're holding, and they must use their action to take the dash action and move as far as they can away from me. However, currently their movement is 0.
So they can only take the dash action
And can't move.
Can't move.
Yes!
Okay.
Oath of Conquest Fear Paladins are something. Anyway.
Terrifying.
They're
terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
After that, it's now going to be Kellen's turn.
Yay! Okay. So, there's a big monster. Okay, so how far can I go if I try and walk around the horse? Because there's another path to the left of the rock.
4, 5. You can move here for 30 feet.
Yeah, that is and the Sahuagin Baron that Xiam is fighting, right?
Yeah.
Yes. I've done 40 damage to it.
I'm gonna fucking take a pot shot at it just to make sure it doesn't ruin things for us, because I can't... Yeah, I'm gonna try and shoot it.
I mean, currently it's just standing there looking like it's, like, just seeing the second coming of Christ, and not in a good way.
1d20 plus... I always forget, it's always a plus 8. Yes, it's a plus 8. I think so, shit, I always forget, because I never have it written down. 1d8 plus... That's damage. Oh, attack bonus. Wait, that's damage, not... So 1d... Yeah, it's a 1d... 20 plus 8, I believe, to attack. No, wait, 7 or 8? I always forget this.
I think we decided that was going to be based on your intelligence.
Right, so intelligence.
Yeah, that
7.
was. I believe that was the rebalance we decided to go with.
Yeah, then it's an 8. That's
Yeah, you
a
hit.
24.
Yeah, you hit.
Now, I know for a fact it's a 1d8 plus 4 for damage. That is 7.
Okay. You shoot it, and you, as it's cowering, bits of flesh tears off from the bullet.
Bonus action! It's the friggin' homunculus' turn.
Oh, the lad.
Yes, the lad, the boy. 1d20 plus 4. That is not it. That doesn't work. You can't just go back and edit it. You have to retype it entirely. Does a 13 hit this guy?
Unfortunately, no, that misses.
Well, then that's all I can do. Gasket can't hit it, and I'm just here.
Yep, up next it's Geo.
Alright. I take it. This is 30?
Yes.
Okay. In that case, then I should probably use the dash action. And another 30 here-ish?
Control Z. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, you can actually move here.
Okay. And then we can use... Can cunning action be used for another dash?
Yes.
Alright then. Let's go for round 3!
Alrighty. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can move up to here.
Okay. Yep. I think that's probably where Geo will leave it. Because now
Alrighty.
I've burned everything.
Alrighty. That is the end of the round. Up next, it is Death.
Okay, so I have this really fun spell
Oh boy.
called Banishment.
Is
Can
that
I
a
attempt
saving
to
throw?
banish it?
Huh?
Yeah, charisma save. Has to make a charisma save.
What is the DC he needs to beat?
Oh, 16.
Oh yeah, he makes it.
Can I use my inspiration to make you reroll that?
Sure.
Fog.
It's going to use its ledger active resistance to succeed.
Damn.
Oh, it's a legendary beast. We're fucked.
Great. Cool. Alright, that's my action I just burned. Cool, awesome. I'm gonna attempt to leave, I guess.
Alright.
I have enough normal movement, I think, to get out the door.
Alrighty. Let me double check.
Its
Alright.
reaction hasn't refilled, has it?
No, yeah, that's true. So it doesn't have its reaction because I do it based upon when it's the creature's next turn, not per round.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so it doesn't have its reaction. So Death, you're able to get out.
Cool.
Does that leave your turn? Okay. Percy, you're up.
Alright. Does anyone else need a little bit of jaunting? Or are you all good?
Just focus on getting yourself out of here,
I think
man.
we should all be able to get out this next turn, yeah.
Shane, you're on a course. You should be fine. Does
Clap,
Kellen...
clap.
Yeah, does Kellen go after the creature?
Yes.
Yes.
Hmm.
I'll be right
If
back.
you have the movement speed, you could pick up Geo and get out, because he's like right next to the creature.
I could also just take a dash action to,
Yeah, but it may strike you, and I don't want you to be like weakened by its 7-day effect. Because Shame only has so many of those get out of jail free cards.
I'll be fine. If I hug the wall, I'll be out of its effective range of attack, I think.
No, remember it has like 20 feet of.
Oh, yeah.
range, right? Doesn't it? DM?
I get Constitution saving throws, though. I got a +7 to that shit.
Mm.
So I should be fine. Focus on getting yourself out of here.
Alright. I will do a nice little Omayo Moshinde. Yeah. And teleport behind it.
Okay. You
Yeah.
have advantage on your next attack as your bonus action.
Do I want to? DM, could I punch it in the face and then leave?
You could.
I might. It slapped me. I'm gonna slap it.
Alrighty then. Roll to hit.
Alright. That is a
I return.
punch. 28 to hit. 18 plus 10.
Oh yeah, that definitely hits.
Alright. Then I'm not raging or focusing. That is did 9 damage.
Okay.
Oh wait, that should have been advantage. Sorry. And then second
Go ahead and
strike.
crit fish on that one.
Nah, I only got a 10.
Alrighty.
Alright, then that's attack. 22.
22. Alrighty then, that hits too.
And then an additional 12 damage.
The additional 12. So 12 plus what? How much damage did you do?
6 plus 6.
6 plus 6, so 12 damage total. Alrighty, as you basically punch, you do notice that whatever fluid that is currently based on its body flicker outward, and you do notice that the fists, or when you punched it, the flesh it's almost as if you're punching goo, and then from there it doesn't react to the pain. However, it does. You do see the parts of its body begin to reseal itself.
Good to know for future reference. Alright, and with that, I will disappear to the shadows.
Alrighty. Okay, he is now out of it. Good job. Alright, up next, Xiam.
Absolute legend. He just sees his friends get fucked up by this monstrosity, and Percy's first instinct is, yeah, I have enough time to punch it in the face
Fight
and leave
back.
the room.
I have enough time.
Absolute legend.
Okay. Boy, let me just check something real quick. Great. Will, do I have enough movement without dashing to be able to get out of the area?
Yeah,
If I have 60 feet.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Because my Channel Divinity doesn't require concentration, I would like to use Channel Divinity, Conquering Presence, point my finger at the Shrike, and force it to make a Wisdom save.
Alrighty.
Also, the Sahuagin should have taken 5 psychic damage last turn, checking the Aura of Conquest ability, but it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, one is negligible, the other one is getting there.
Yeah, I know. Doesn't matter. That unfortunately does succeed. Oh well, okay. It succeeds, no fear, but hey. It was worth the shot. And then, using Harness Divine Power, I can restore a level 1 or 2 spell slot after using my Channel Divinity as a bonus action, which I'm going to do to give myself another level 2 spell slot back, so I've now only used the 1.
Alright.
And then I'd like to fuck off.
Alrighty, you sufficiently fuck off.
Yay!
Describe how you're currently galloping away through the safety exit.
After Xian basically tries to, make the Shrike fuck off, he basically kind of sees that it doesn't really care, and this kind of gives it... Will, you know how in the, in Baldur's Gate you can wave at Vlaakith?
Oh, okay.
He kind of just does that, and then just kind of, like, full speed gallops away.
Alrighty then. Okay. And as it happens, there is... Oh wait, we're on round 3, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yes.
Fuck. Oh well. So that is it for your turn as you sufficiently get away. Now it's time for the Overlord's turn. It goes right here. Alrighty. Call high or low? Geo. Ed? Edward?
We've lost.
No, he's been eaten by the ether.
I believe
Oh,
that
boy.
music taps.
Oh boy!
1, 2, and then what was it?
He said hi, by the way.
He said hi.
Yeah, we can't hear that. We didn't hear that. You might need to reconnect and disconnect, bud.
Is it
There
working?
you
There
are.
you are.
There
There it
you
is.
are.
There we go.
Woo!
Now it's good.
Yeah, I've been saying hi for like 2-ish minutes now.
Oh no!
No, we barely just started hearing you.
Mhm. It basically, as everyone else runs away, it reaches its scythe at the very round other end of it, and it smacks you, and you get launched. I'm going to need to roll me a strength saving throw.
He's facing a wall.
That was before I moved. I forgot he needs to make a save before the effect happens.
Hold on. I just want to illustrate my point real quick.
Okay.
Wouldn't it go like that? Either way.
So do you?
Oh,
want
I was
to
thinking
take
more like a baseball bat. You know, like how you do it an arc. Like,
okay. Yeah.
North and so
I was
north.
thinking like it was just like a shove, and I was. That's why I was said. Can I just illustrate my thinking real quick?
No, it was basically like a baseball whack, or thwack. So your
Oh,
launch back.
what do I
So you are currently take 12 points of damage, and it will now use its other ability. Does a 19 hit you?
Give me a sec. Yes.
I'm gonna need you to roll me a d6.
Something other than 50. Okay. It is a 5.
Alrighty. You have disadvantage on dexterity checks, dex saving throws, and attacks that roll dexterity.
No.
Okay. That doesn't particularly matter.
That is the end of its turn. Up next, it is the Brutes. How long does does the fear condition last until after you take off?
Yeah, it lasts for an entire minute while I keep concentration, but they can technically dash and run the opposite direction now.
Alrighty. If they fail, they'll dash away. If not, they might just stay where they are. One doesn't. Fucking move. Yeah, they're both too intimidated to even move because they saw Haunts. That is their
They
turn.
saw a horse!
Now it's Kellen's turn.
Shiam's ultimate weapon, the fact that most monsters haven't seen a horse in their lives.
I'm gonna go behind it now, the other direction, and just dash towards the exit.
Alrighty.
Like, up the opposite
2,
path.
3, 4, 5, 6. That's how far you can get with regular movement.
I said I dashed.
Alrighty, so you dash. So you're gonna allow an opportunity to take an attack of opportunity.
I think he wanted to move, not next to the monster.
Yeah, like going around like
Yeah. I
Yeah,
was counting the spaces.
that. Well,
Oh, oh, that what you meant. Okay. 1,
Around.
2.
Yeah,
3,
like that.
Yeah.
yeah,
right,
like that.
1, 2.
Hugging the walls, just
Three.
avoiding this damn thing.
Sorry, I gotta
Kellen
redo
is
my
very
math.
good. Kellen is very good at hugging the
1,
walls.
2,
So we've learned.
Unfortunately.
4.
You love it so much you should marry it.
He has 12.
6.
Well,
So, yep, and then you can dash over here. So yeah, you can make it without getting attack. But here it has reach, so it will take an attack of opportunity against you.
okay. Well,
I'm gonna need you to call high or low.
Low.
Alrighty.
So what does that mean?
No.
Roll me a athletic saving throw.
Hey, that's a -1.
-1. That's a 13.
So as you basically run on through, it basically baseball swings you further into the escape route. You're launched 10 feet into it. And
Kellen
then
Cannon.
and then that is its only reaction. So, that is at the end. Kellen successfully escapes. What do you say before you get? What you want to say something before you get smacked or after you get smacked?
I'm not gonna say anything because Kellen is just more concerned with like, oh, I'm okay. That's surprising.
You do have a giant, massive bruise on your back now.
Yeah, it's the least of my worries. I got bigger fish to fry.
Alrighty then.
True.
Overlord Brutes' turns now. They both fail. Up next, it is now Geo's turn.
Alright, well, we'll use the...
Okay. Now that this has been met, Geo, I'm going to need you to make me a wisdom saving throw.
Go, Geo, go.
Go, Geo, go. Go, Geo, go.
Go, Geo, go. Go, Geo,
Go,
go.
Geo, go. Go, Geo, go. Let's go!
Okay.
The power of the Borzoi Cube is empowering you.
Overall, what do
apparently.
you roll?
17.
Oof. DC was 19.
Bruh.
Okay. Now I get to do this.
Don't do this to my boy. No. Nah.
Alrighty. And up next, it's going to be... everyone please turn on the music bots.
Oh.
I'm already listening to the music bot.
But
don't
I'm
worry
listening
about
to
me.
the Bizarre Love Triangle Hatsune Miku cover.
The
That's-
fucking what?
What? Get out.
Right.
Get out.
I'll put it in chat. Hold on.
Geo.
Get that thing away from my eyes.
Yes.
As you are currently, well aware that your friends have made it to safety, you currently see a particular image of a landscape before you on fire, burning. As you look upon it, you currently see Halvo, Asfo Bay. And what you are gazing into is utter annihilation. And as you continue to see this particular image, you do notice that through the smoke there appears to be more of these creatures, only known as shrikes, as they are currently walking across a vast, desolate plain. And as you are doing so, you are by yourself as you stand amongst a destroyed settlement. As you are doing so, or as you are currently gazing upon this landscape, you see someone familiar within the emerging from the smoke. What do you do?
Who's there?
You hear Geo as an elvish woman emerges from the smoke, forehead bloodied and missing an arm.
No!
As you sprint forward, she continues to stand there, and by the time that you are standing before her, she looks at you, and then she goes. As she looks at you, what do you do?
I'm here. I can help. We can go. You can... we can...
Her eyes begin to glaze over as she topples to you. What do you do?
No, come on. Stay with me. Stay with me.
As you grab...
He's gonna begin looking around and sort of like dragging her away from the fire.
Yeah, and through the smoke. And you hear a shriek in the distance. It's So it is the war cry of the Shrikes. As you do so, you feel a very familiar dampness at her back. As you inspect her, half of her upper back is completely gone. All you see are bones, muscle fibers, and coagulated blood.
You'll be fine. You'll be fine. No. This can't be it. We can get help. There's people.
And as you mentioned, there's people. You currently see shadows of soldiers, civilians, being eviscerated by a giant mass of dust and brackish colors. They all fall down lifeless. And now, as you say that, you hear you hear a very faint whisper. Tyron, you you need to go to Tyron. And as you see the life begin to fade from her eyes as she falls limp. You are on your knees within the water, and then all you see is this overlord, this Shrike. You are currently looking at their champion as it cocks its head slightly toward you. And then it firmly implants the scythe into the ground, everything shaking. What do you do?
What just happened?
One of the Sahagin, still frightened, is hiding behind its leg.
What did I see?
The Sahagin mutters, "It knows what you cherish now. The new gods know what they know what to take from you now, unless you give it to them willingly."
Where do I find?
They'll find you. All of them will.
Find them first. Where are they?
In the ether. In the void. Searching for beacons. The other Sahagin, the wounded one, speaks up as it peeks around a corner. Many regions are weakened, ready for the fall. They will arrive soon, and Shadoon is their herald. We follow the new gods. You should too. What do you do now?
She is just going to leave. He's just going to walk towards the exit. and leave.
As you stand up, the Shrike, it rotates its head ever so slightly. And then from there, as you're walking away, it pulls the scythe into its body as it walks deeper into the den. Alrighty, and I will now change the music.
That stopped halfway through.
I got it for the recording. So,
Okay.
so I forgot to hit the repeat button. Okay, and I got this ambience for the time being. Alright. Who was the one who was able to escape first?
I believe that was me.
Kana.
Yes.
You do, you feel like an ever so constant, decay, and the more you try to treat it, the more bits of flesh begin to peel off. You do find another cave system of calm, dripping water. There is no brackish coloring of any kind. I'm going to need you to roll me a perception check.
Okay. My perception.
Well, I will say that, like, we all escaped in theory within about 6 seconds of each other, save for Geo in terms of how combat time works.
hmm Um,
Do you want me to
so,
roll it in the bot?
either one.
Okay, I'm gonna roll with an actual dice because it's cool. 17.
17. You do notice what appears to be a religious effigy, hastily constructed, made out of seaweed, coral, and seashells.
Can I investigate what religion it's from?
Go ahead and roll religion.
19.
You are definitely able to tell this is based upon a trident, a trident deity. The deity name currently escapes you, but you do know it is basically a sign of consecrating the area, also purifying the water nearby. The name of the deity, I do not have the name prepared for you right now because I lost that note a year ago. I'll get back to you on that. But you do, but this is consecrated. This is a consecrated cave.
Right. I want to try washing the rotting parts of my body with the consecrated water.
You do so, and you're able to get it clean, but it does not solve your issue. But by now, the rest of the party is able to regroup with you. The only one who's currently still behind is Geo.
Hey guys, I think we're in like a temp, like a like a temporary temple of sorts. I think.
If there's any goddamn religious iconography around here, I reserve the right to melt everything in acid.
I just kind of gesture towards the effigy, but
I'm gonna give it a little look-see, see if I can't discern anything useful from the religious icon. Before I destroy it, you know?
Don't.
Did Geo get left behind?
Chiam just kind of shrugs. No clue. Should have been right behind us.
Well, knowing him, he's probably vanished into the shadows to cover our tracks or make sure nothing's following us.
I'm sure he's fine.
I've known him longer than the rest of you. I know he's capable.
Chiam kind of looks to Kana and basically looks at the rotting flesh and just gives a couple blinks. Oi.
yeah.
Come here.
Didn't you say like, that's fine. I kind of walks over.
I would like to expend 5 points of lay on hands to remove disease currently affecting Kana.
Yes, you can.
Thank you. That's feels so much better. That's actually like really cool. Thank you.
He kind of nods. Yeah. One of the few things that my cat's already kind of out of the bag, for lack of a better expression, that Lord Bane gives me that isn't strictly for destruction.
I was
Something
gonna say,
most-
it was kind of weird that you're like terrifying, but also can like do really cool things like this.
It's something that isn't. Even clerics and paladins of the gods you all consider to be evil and borderline heretical need to patch themselves up after combat. It's still a necessity, whether people like to think it is or not. Anyone else have any mysterious ailments they need gotten rid of?
Death had, while you were talking to Kana, laid on the floor and kind of just like, he like lifts his hand up a little bit and he goes, "Yeah, my body feels like it's on fire, sir."
Your body feels like it's on fire.
Allow me to check.
I'd like to point out that Kellen
I can only
actually
help
has
with
a
putting
good
things
dimension.
on the fire, not putting them off of fire.
Well, I'm not actually on fire. It feels like fire.
Can
I-
Kellen
I-
check the others? Is it okay if
Mhm.
Kellen like checks everyone for like the strange wounds, like the flesh rot and stuff,
You
just to see what he can learn from that stuff?
Yeah, go ahead and roll
That's just
medicine.
poisoned.
Yep. Yeah.
Death is kind of just like, yeah, this feels kind of like the poison that we we use for assassination jobs.
That sounds kind of horrible, Death, buddy.
Dion looks at Death and just blinks a few times. Death, did you happen to
Reminder.
step upon any of the coral?
I think so.
Casual reminder that
Sure.
Death here is indoctrinated and refuses to accept that he's had a traumatic upbringing. He's still in denial.
Old. I mean, I'm
I
not
did-
arguing that, but
I no.
Yes. I got a 16. What do I learn, boss?
I don't
I'm,
know.
I'm typing it to you right now.
All right.
I'm very loved, I think.
Can you
Yes.
love a knife any more than you like a person?
Well, I love my sister and Bob and Steve.
Shiam just kind of walks over and like
Uh-huh.
lightly kicks Death. I'm expending 5 points to remove the poison skid. And then just lets out a long sigh. Your growth is stunted. Last time I saw you, all those years ago, you were wearing rags, and were overall treated horribly. You also can't stop shaking. That's not normally a sign of good health, mental or physical.
I'm just constantly shaking normally. Sir.
There is no such thing as normally and shaking constantly in the same sentence.
normally people aren't shaking constantly.
Yes.
Exactly.
It's
No,
not
but those are in the same
something
sentence.
I can. Well,
You
All right.
feel less on fire now?
yes. Thank you.
All
Anna
right.
just snaps really loudly and points at Shiam. Gapamoe, that's what it is.
Death immediately like flinches when you snap.
Who? What?
The being cool but also like creepy. It's like in my country we have a thing called Gapamoe. That's what that is.
I have some news, everyone.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Tell
So these strange wounds left by the friggin' monstrosity back there.
Godslayer.
A
us.
travesty. Travesty. These wounds aren't necrotic in nature. Unfortunately, it appears that you are the victim of a unknown form of magic. Congratulations! I would
Yay.
name it after you, but that's morbid.
I mean, it probably existed way in the past, so I think it'd be better if we like, I don't know, figured out what it was originally called,
So,
rather than naming it after us.
Dion kind of looks to Percy, who's there, and doesn't Percy have like a horrendous fever?
Yes, my flesh is basically rending off of me right now.
Shiam kind of looks over to Percy.
Oh, he's also having major sweats, like to the point he's basically drenched in sweat at this point.
Jesus Christ, do we need to get you a towel?
I think
What?
we need
This
to
is
get
water.
him. Shiam just kind of blinks a couple times, basically watches as like, he's obviously having like fever chills, and just kind of like slaps him. There's 5 more points gone. I have 5 left for when Geo rejoins the party. I have exactly enough to remove all 4 conditions.
Speaking of Geo, you currently hear the faint footsteps of his. Is it like heavy sole, light sole? How would you describe the make of your shoes? Edward.
Geo would probably have heavy soles just because they offered a
Mm-hmm.
little more. They offered a little more padding for running.
Right.
They might not be ideal for speed, but well, if you
Yeah.
can stealth in heavy soles, you can stealth in anything.
Right. You also hear the jittering of the feet footsteps as Geo emerges from the passageway.
See, told you he'd
Hey,
show up.
Ew.
there he is.
You do notice that he's having. How would you describe your shaking? Is it like your arms, your teeth, your head? How like what part would be like shaking the most?
He's not shaking. He's just looking down.
No, you have the thingy.
You have the effect.
Yeah,
He
you're,
is.
you're shaking all over. You're shaking
He's
from the
having
thingy.
horrible
Uh,
tremors.
If he has the shaking effect, then I guess he's shaking probably his shoulders.
Alrighty.
Is everything all right with you, Geo?
Death kind of like stands up and kind of like walks over a little bit to Geo.
You're shaking more than the ballast. That's saying something.
It'll pass.
I
We
mean,
really are very stubborn, aren't we?
would you?
All of us.
I mean, I think Shiam could cure it if you want.
It's fine. Don't waste it on something like me. Save it for someone that needs it.
Geo kind of looks around to the
you
rest of
need
the
it.
party. I already fixed everyone else, and this is probably the last of mysterious. Okay, just no one
Save
step
it
on
for
any
an
more coral
emergency.
until we can take a nap, and we'll be good. All right?
You know, I think that this may actually be a good place to take a nap. I mean,
I'd love
this
a
is
nap.
an effigy for Helm. Well, kinda.
Helm.
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 Oh,
Yum looks at the effigy as if it just like insulted his mother.
Was I not supposed to say that?
So Shiam, a role play. Would you want to make a role play wisdom save?
It's not fear as much as just disgust and irritation at it existing.
Yeah. Um, Due to who your deity is, I'm gonna say you're gonna need to make a wisdom saving throw for composure.
Alrighty, I thankfully have Aura of Protection! Yay! Aura of Protection, I have a plus 11 to Wisdom saving throws. Ah, fuck yeah!
Alrighty.
Watch me, nat one! Woohoo! Oh, fuck yeah! I'm using my inspiration to reroll that!
Okay.
Nice.
I
you
You called it.
My God,
25!
Wow. Holy
that is
shit.
better.
Alrighty.
The absolute call on that.
That was great.
Skid used their inspiration too, so the
I
ones left.
did.
I think the only one who currently has inspiration still it is Ed and Diego.
Yeah, it has two of them.
Yep. So,
It is three of them.
That inspiration
Or
can't stack.
no,
I
two
thought
of
I
them.
only had
Sorry.
one.
I think you did something that was really fucking funny. I said I'm going to overlook that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That did
I
I
happen.
guess I should
That
probably
did.
add that.
That did happen.
Shiam kind of looks at the effigy, and you see his, like, basically ears pinned back as his eyelids kind of, like, twitch for a second before he takes a very long, deep breath and just kind of pastes his extremely uneasy, like, unnerving smile back on his face and just kind of nods. Right.
Okay,
Helm.
well, no, it's not. It's Siwanor, but it's like Helm.
So, is it Helm or is it not Helm?
This is important.
It's
A very important
this one is Siwanor. This one is
Okay.
Siwanor.
Not
Okay.
Helm.
Not Helm.
Why do you... Guys, can we please just take a nap already?
Shiam basically, like, kind of, like, I wouldn't say smacks, but basically, like, pats Geo's shoulder and to stop him from shaking, and then just kind of, like, looks towards the effigy with another very pointed look of, like, just sheer venom. You know what? I think we all could use it. You all more than me, but still.
I'd like a nap.
Chiam kind of looks at Death. From the bags under your eyes earlier, do you even sleep?
He refuses to.
No, that's not true. I sleep, just not for that long. No, he looks up at Xiam. He kind of just goes, I have chronic night terrors. Usually it's fixed by my pack, but sometimes it isn't. So,
Chiam just kind of blinks a few times.
sleeping is hard.
Probably inflicted by your traumatic childhood.
No, I had those before I died the first time.
Excuse me. Repeat that?
I've had them since before I died the first time.
He died on the way over here as well.
I've died 3 times.
Oh, I also got the name of the location wrong. Here, let me type it out to you.
Death is looking at Xiam, kind of just like, why? What's wrong with dying 3 times?
You do realize, normally, when people are put in the ground, they stay dead, right?
Well, I didn't go in.
Unless there's a cleric around.
Unless there's a cleric around, who happens to have, and their body is mostly intact, and the cleric has a fairly sizable sacrifice to give up
Oh,
to the deities.
The first time, Death can't actually say his deity, Ball's name. It's part of a construct. Well, the first time, I told you about that. It was either live or die. I did die. I just chose to live instead. The second time I drowned. The third time, was on the way here.
For memory's sake, I'm trying to remember some other notes here. Did Shyam cure Geo?
Yes,
Yeah.
Xion basically gave Gio like a reassuring shake of the shoulder, like "You're fine, bud," and just kind of like silently magical Neum.
Alrighty.
Wee.
Can
Yeah.
I go over to Geo?
You've already. Oh.
Speaking of which, I don't want to say what took you so long. I think the answer to that question is fairly obvious. But
I mean, there was a giant fuck you monster there.
exactly.
I got hit.
Oh.
And took
Are
me a
you-
bit to get up.
Is anyone in need of medical healing? Just
Death kind
asking.
of like raises his hand a little bit, but if we're about to take a nap, then no.
If we're gonna sleep, I say we sleep and then deal with the feeling stuff, later. Because a sleep would be good.
At the very least, the water here is clean, correct?
Correct.
He kind of looks to Death and to Kana's like, corroding skin. You may want to clean those out before we take any sort of rest. If the water's pure, it should hopefully prevent any further infection. I don't want to have to keep magically curing you because you don't practice proper hygiene. He takes a very pointed look at Death, who is still, covered in grime. And who has all of his clothes ripped up and everything.
I take decent care of myself. I brush my teeth twice a day, sir.
Can I check and make sure the water's pure? Like it's not fucked up or anything?
You can either roll survival, or Arcana.
Arcana's better than me.
Yeah,
Arcana's better than me.
because Arcana is probably the closest we can get to the scientific method versus experience.
Death out
I would
here
like
just
to roll
what do you
survival.
mean? I take care of myself. I brush my teeth twice a day.
If
24!
If Talon's rolling the Arcana, I could roll survival.
Go ahead.
I got a 19.
Okay, through the scientific method, for the amount of purity, for you, Diego, you do notice that the water is, basically purer than any kind of spring water you've ever encountered. And Kana, you do notice that there's almost like this faint bluish glow emanating from a well of, what was it? A well of, coral. uh, in the corner of the cave.
Is this similar to the bluish glow of the corals that we picked up in the last cave?
So similar? Actually, no. This is actually pure. So actually brighter and pure.
I'd like
Alright,
to
I want
cast
to go
detect magic.
investigate that.
Huh?
I'm gonna go investigate that.
And I would
Alrighty.
like to cast detect magic in the background.
Good news, the water's pure.
Mhm.
Incredibly pure. I might need to take a sample or two for this for later.
Alrighty. So what did you say we were gonna do, Kana?
I was gonna check out the blue glow.
Oh yeah. Alrighty. You're gonna check out the blue glow, and then Shyam. That costs like what, 10 minutes for you to identify?
Are we allowed to take are we assuming that we're taking a long rest here, Mr. DM?
That's for the party to decide. I never said anything about taking
We
a long
haven't
rest.
decided yet whether we're doing that.
Okay, yeah, I'll burn
Yeah.
10 minutes on the ritual then.
Alrighty. Yes, there is magic emanating. And you do notice that there is magic emanating from the religious iconography and the one of the coral pools from essentially the fountain.
Okay.
So before that happens, while I'm investigating it, should I roll investigation for that or something else?
As you're doing so, describe how you're investigating it.
Okay, so it's a blue glow.
Hmm.
So first off, I go up and I see, like, does it look like the same coral as before? And
It's actually from the difference you're able to tell is that the other coral had more of a sort of a faded blue. Here you do notice more like a deep cyan blue.
okay, then
Cyan.
I'd want to
Mhm.
see, like, yeah, what kind of like magical effects it would have.
That would basically mean using it.
Using it.
Hmm.
I don't want to do that without first knowing what it is, so I'm not gonna do that. I
Uh,
guess I'll just hold off then.
Shyam, you do notice that one of the coral bowls is what's basically the cause of the magic, and then the magic is emanating toward the water in the pool, so in the bowl.
Okay. So the coral is the enchanted bit.
Yes.
He kind of looks to the coral. Surprising no one, that's all magical. It's probably the source of whatever's purifying the rest of the water. The rest of the magic is coming and being passed into the water via the coral itself.
And we probably don't want to break that.
No, and as much as I hate to say it, we should probably wait until after we're going to move on from this location before we smash that idol.
Why do we have to smash the idol?
We've been dealing with nothing but cults and shadow gods and ancient conspiracies since we've gotten here. I am fed up with the situation, and I just want to
think that we
spite them
have
at
to
this
destroy
point.
this idol. I mean, A, do we really want to be pissing these people off more? B,
Shiamadas
this idol is
raises his
pixelized.
eyebrows. You do understand the god I serve, correct?
I mean, yeah, but, like, he hasn't told you to destroy this, has he?
Out of context, Helm and Bane are pretty much eternal rivals.
Well, he's not
They're the ex-
Helm. He's Fish Helm.
He's Fish Helm!
I said he was...
Not
what
Helm.
was the name I said? I
He's
said
Fish
that
Helm,
I
not
said that
Helm.
he was
Difference.
Seawinor, which is kinda similar to Helm. And I said Helm because you guys would actually know what that was. But it's Seawinor is the god's actual name. This one is Seawinor.
So it's Water Helm.
So it's
Fish
Water
Helm.
Helm. It's not
Fish
actual
Helm.
Helm, it's Fish Helm.
It's Fish Helm.
Okay, Fish Helm is on thin fucking ice.
Fish Helm is on thin ice, bro.
Shion just kind of raises his eyebrows even further and just kind of like tilts his head at again a slightly unnatural angle.
You've got to stop doing that.
Do what? He kind of like rotates his head, like basically 180 degrees and just looks at Kellen.
Helen
Sir,
just kind of looks
when you-
very unnerved, like,
That's
with your
not-
neck.
I don't think most people can turn their necks like that.
I'm pretty sure we've already established that my bones don't work like yours.
Well, Death kind of takes like a very quick glance down at Chiam's legs before looking
Yeah,
back at
because he's
Chiam's
currently
face.
not on his horse. In fact, he'd probably have dispelled it at this point, and is just
You
kind
can,
of like standing there.
You can very clearly see Death with his little mask eyes look quickly down at Chiam's legs and look up at Chiam, and he goes, "Yeah, yeah."
So wherein lies the problem?
Nothing. There's no problem, sir.
He looks over at Kellen.
Just
I apologize.
consider that the rest of us are dealing with all sorts of horrific body horror images every fucking day we've been on this island, and your presence isn't exactly reassuring.
Trust me, I've been this way since I was born. I'd look even worse if Bane hadn't fixed me. You wouldn't have wanted to see that. I assure you. He kind of shrugs.
I'll
Didn't
take
think
your
you
word
would have
for
it.
it, but
You
I'll
say
take your word
fixed?
for
Are
it.
you like broken?
He looks to Kellen, and then to Kana, back to Kellen. I'm sure you understand the potential genetic repercussions of a hobgoblin breeding with a regular humanoid, such as an elf. It doesn't end well for either species. I happen to be the product of that. I look humanoid now. I did not when I was younger.
I didn't know that those parts were compatible.
They're not.
Oh.
Or they shouldn't be.
Shame. Shame that. And shame
Kana
that the
just
dead
grimaces
three
and then
can't
kinda
stop
looks
fucking
down,
with mortals.
like wide-eyed.
He kind of looks to Kellen. Well, in this case, the fucking, as you have very ineloquently put it, at least was beneficial. One less abomination on this island. Even if, well, my bone structure wasn't changed too much from its original form. At least my spine is straighter now. Though the hobgoblin legs never really were corrected. Neither were my hooves. But you win some, you lose some.
I guess.
So, if we don't have any more questions or accusations about my strange biology,
Never
what are we
said
going to
that.
do about this place?
I feel like
we could
we sleep.
take a bath and then go to sleep.
That might actually be a smart idea.
We can also do watch rotations too, just in case.
That would be smart, yes.
I'll take first watch.
Okay.
I can join on whichever one is deaths.
I'll take second watch.
And then I'll take third. Yeah.
Who's gonna
Isn't there
join
fourth?
Kellen?
Chiam kind of looks at Kellen. I'd offer to take watch with you, but I feel like you don't trust me.
No.
Okay, I'm back.
No.
Oh wait, you were gone, Will?
Yes,
Yeah.
Will was gone!
Oh my god! So much happened.
No, all I heard was where Shion was explaining his lineage, and that was when I had to step away for a moment.
So we
I'd be
decided to take a long
terrified at
rest
the
and we're now
genetic
deciding
abomination.
watches.
Yeah, and Chiam basically said, I'd offer to take, first watch with Kellen, but I feel like Kellen doesn't trust me, and Kellen just straight up said, nope!
No. It was so
Mhm.
funny.
So,
You
And
said
then-
that Diego was great.
How about you join Percy? And then Ed can join Kellen. Ed?
Or
Ed?
Geo. Sorry.
That's what
What
you
is
want.
with
People
everyone
you
today?
speak
This
of.
is the second...
Hey,
Is this
no,
place
I have
driving
an
everyone
excuse.
off the wall?
I have an excuse. I've been drinking at Will's request.
Oh. Fair.
I didn't
Makes
request
it
you to
funny.
drink
Um,
tonight.
They quote.
As you
Well, you always
basically,
request I drink.
as everyone's talking, you see Shiam immediately, basically freeze, and, completely, like an owl, just basically turn his head to stare down the passageway, and he just kind of, puts a finger to his lips as if to say, shush. There's someone approaching.
Kellen already has his gun out.
You
Jim
Just
kind of turns
eyes.
the rest of his body to basically be aligned correctly with the direction he's facing.
And as after a little while, you currently hear a very familiar voice and metallic footsteps, and it goes, "Anyways, I wasn't trying to be totally offensive. I'm just saying that, what was it? It's a shame that she's nothing but skin and bone. Like, bigger people are therefore healthier. Then why aren't you any
Ah.
bigger?" And then from there goes, "Well, so I have a very fast metabolism. I'm usually kind of envious from time to time." And
Oi!
and then from there, two familiar faces come out the passage.
Tana's face palming as soon as any dialogue is heard.
Is what now?
Tana is face palming the moment that dialogue is heard.
Okay.
The resident misogynist of Calamity Cove. How of you to join us?
And he goes, "I'm not a
Hi.
misogynist. Hi." And then from there, Quilt goes, "I had to pull his sorry ass out of falling out of a Sahuagin breeding saw breeding pool. So you
For
guys look
some
like
reason,
you guys even
that
look
makes a lot
worse.
of sense.
I feel like I look exactly the same.
The
Jim kind of
hell?
looks at himself. He's barely even gotten damage, by the way. I've taken 7 points of damage. He just kind of looks at like a cut on his arm. Not really that much worse for the
Well,
wear.
your clothes might be a little bit more singed than before, to be fair.
Yeah,
What
his
hap-
armor probably has some scuff marks
Not,
on it.
not to make a dig at myself, but I don't think I can look any worse unless I'm dead.
You can look worse with your mask off technically, but honestly, that's like just kind of a matter of preference, I guess.
What happened to your back? Quilt points at you.
Who?
Oh. We had a run-in with a god-slaying monster.
Yeah.
Wow, typical Tuesday, am I right? And then
More scars to add to the collection.
from there, Randy
Where are
just
you in
goes,
Sith?
okay, and then he goes, Kana,
Hmm?
I'm sorry.
Character development.
You're gonna have to remind me what for?
He's gonna go. I'm sorry. Okay, and then he just walks over to another part and he just lays down.
I think you're being
I
misogynist, Kana.
forgive you?
And then from there, Quilt goes. He leans to Kana, goes. So he's sorry for saying that you should gain more weight.
Oh, right. I didn't actually care that much about it.
Anyways, he couldn't stop talking about it. That and he couldn't stop rumbling about about a place called Tolan.
Oh, that's a little bit weirder.
So,
I'm just gonna try not
That
to think
sounds
too much
familiar.
about it.
hmm.
What did
So-
you hear about it?
Oh, what? Wasn't
What
me.
did you
He
hear
points.
about
He
Tolan?
points his
Yeah.
thumb directly towards Randy. Randy raises his head. What? Oh,
What did you hear about Tolan?
uh, something about there is safety and security there. There, so I had an image of my ex-wife, and she told me that might be a pretty good place to do a vacation. Um, it's pretty weird though. I haven't thought about her in years, and it just so happened after I got out of the weird gray black water, a bit covered in ooze, as he flicks his arm.
Jim just kind of like looks to Gio and then looks to Randy. Excuse me for being a little out of the loop, but what is a Tolan?
Oh,
That's what I'm trying to find out.
so
Sounds familiar. I think I've heard of it before, but I don't know where.
everyone but Shyam and Death can make a history check.
Okay.
Yeah, Jim grew up in a cult adjacent.
The cult adjacent thing.
Death
I guess.
just literally grew up
Yep.
in a cult.
Your
Yeah.
girl rolled a fucking natural 20.
Holy
my God.
shit!
Mm.
I got a 14.
I thought it was a 1 at first.
What is a Tolan?
I saw the 2 and I was like, is that a 1? No. It was a
Okay.
20.
Everyone succeeds, so I'll just say it over the table. Tolan is isn't quite a city-state, but it is a settlement that is considered near the borders between Ephyra and another region. And right now, Tolan is basically at the cusp of a very massive river. The river is referred to as the Gatka River, and it has the largest functioning dam. And Tolan is on the path to eventually becoming a city-state. Right now, it is currently amongst a political dispute between Ephyra and another region referred to as Helgam. And right now, since it's on that, it's basically considered to be a very natural trade hub. Tolan itself, it's a river town to the ocean, and right now it is trying to decide if it should remain independent or go for a side. And right now, Tolan, with its massive dam, also once upon a time was a fortress during the during the age of Armageddon, and there are old ruins ruminating around the place. Um, Tolan is still currently excavating it. However, due to the current demands and banditry along the river, it's a bit of a Wild West region, basically frontier justice. And right now, Tolan has various different ruins near it.
Yeah,
Enterprising archaeological digs have been done. However, due to the wildlife and the essentially a joint occupation between Helgen and Ephyra, it looks like it's a powder keg.
Okay.
I would like that all down in writing.
At some point.
That would be
Yeah, at some
ideal.
point. Yeah.
I kind of think that at least some of
At
you
some point.
might have tuned out halfway through.
Yes.
And so, TLDR, Tolan place, big dam, very important, ruins around it.
And
fortress.
it's currently in the middle of a massive political dispute, and probably going to explode. Not literally, but figuratively.
Figuratively.
And apparently the Hellgast are canon to this D&D universe.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
they're claiming
That's just
disputed
China.
territory.
Big
I have
Dam
one
going
question.
to explode politically.
Wait, Chio just kind of blinks. Well, isn't going to explode politically currently everywhere here, given how disorganized the Ephyran Pact is?
Yeah.
It,
That's what I heard as
Um,
You're
well.
he's
going
not-
to need a bit more specific.
he's
I
not
miss my
wrong.
home.
What was the name of the fortress?
The settlement is referred to as Tolan.
Sometimes I want to go home.
Tango, Omaha, Lima, Echo, November.
That's one letter off from the name of my D&D setting, too.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Well, there's,
Tolan, yeah.
yeah. There's also Montevado, Spire, a couple other locations as well, but that's more for the bad company fuckheads.
You know, sometimes I do want to go home, but I remember I don't really have a home to go back to.
Thanks to the cult.
Isn't the cult? You don't live with the. There is no Church of Bell. I always forget that. You guys live in all sorts of ridiculous
No,
underground
no.
subsections.
Oh,
There's a church.
Death,
just,
you kind of feel a very faint vibration in the back of your head.
Hold on. I have to answer a call. He kind of like turns around and he kind of just goes, "Yeah."
Should we go scream in his ears so that he can't communicate with whoever's on the other side, just to fuck with them?
How
Tell
could
them to
she-
leave our boy alone.
Shion just kind of basically looks. I'm pretty sure standing next to him will do the trick. If you haven't noticed, I radiate extremely unpleasant energy.
Shall we go stand next to him then and just peer pressure him
Shion
into
just stands
cutting off the cult?
exactly 9 feet away, so Death is within the bad vibe circle.
How dare you?
So, Death, right now,
Yeah.
as you're standing there, you basically kind of like put like two fingers like your temple, and then from there, your eyes begin to, like the color of your eyes, irises in your mask, they fade away.
Yeah.
So it's like you're doing like a blank stare, uh, and you hear, oh, goddamn, I gotta eat my voice for this.
You gotta do the voice for this.
Yep. Oh, I shouldn't be drinking root beer.
Hi, Dad.
And then let's go.
It'd be really funny if that was the god saying that.
No.
Hiya, Death.
Hi, Bob.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi. Sorry, frog in my throat.
No, you're okay.
I can't put the same voice. So, how you doing?
Um, it could be better. Still in
Mm-hmm.
Calamity Cove.
Mm-hmm.
I got poisoned today. Met up
Oh.
with a Bay Knight.
Mm-hmm.
He scares me, but that's okay. He
Mm-hmm.
kind of like, he kind of like, vaguely like looks in the general direction of Shiam. He kind of goes, "Yeah, he's a little scary, but that's okay. He hasn't
I
tried to murder me yet.
I hope I never meet him.
Uh,
Uh,
hopefully
so
not.
so I'm glad you're still alive and kicking. Uh,
Yeah, yeah.
so I have good news and bad news.
Good.
S-
Okay.
the good
Could I
news
have?
is,
Okay.
um, the good news is that we've currently found someone who's going to adopt the skeleton cats that we've adopted
Oh,
or we were
great.
fostering. So
That's
that
awesome.
way they'll be able to be functioning spies for any adjacent cult followers.
Yeah, that'd be lovely.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They're
And
very sweet.
the one that you really liked, Maeve, is currently being adopted by a governor.
Oh, that's
So
great.
that's really good to know. Anyways, the other thing is that right now, Carmina has been ousted as a demon and is
What?
currently imprisoned by a religious inquisition.
What? Should
Yeah.
should we? What? Should should
Hmm.
we go and get her?
Right. So about that, we did some
Uh,
prayers, and
uh-huh.
right now the high priests think that she's a lost cause. Steve and me are going to call in a few favors, and we are
Okay.
going to go out
A
that
lot of
way
people owe
before.
Steve favors. So,
So right. So thing is though, Steve called in a bunch of other favors due to something that was important. So we're kind of on
okay.
our own.
Okay. Do you need my help?
I yeah. If you
I mean,
have the time.
once I get out of Calamity Cove, I can come over and help. I don't really mind. I
Yeah.
mean, I'd like to make sure that Carmino's okay.
Yeah. That'd be very appreciated.
Yeah.
So, yeah. We have about he kind of looks at he looks at a non-existent watch, and he goes, "Yeah, we have about a month before she's executed."
Okay. That's that. Mm.
Uh,
Yeah,
wait,
that's
wait.
okay.
How many days have you been there?
Uh, out of context, I don't remember.
Uh,
3
about three, four.
ish,
What was it?
3 4 days.
You left for Calamity Cove, so it's been about 5 days.
Five
On the
five
voyage.
days.
So 5 days. Okay, so not a month, but 25 days from now.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Yes.
Uh, y-
I can
yeah.
as soon as I'm done here, I'll leave and uh, you could just send me wherever the location is, and I could try out the new spell I got a while ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So about that. So
Yeah.
we don't
Yeah.
know where she's being taken.
Oh.
We narrow it down to two places.
Okay.
We narrowed it down to a town called Spire and another one called Montevado.
Okay. Spire, Montevado. Okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Great. I can
So,
check out
yeah.
both.
So your sister, Carmina, before she got arrested, she did put up a good fight. She did
Okay,
massacre and disemboweled at least 9 of them before she was captured.
new record.
So yeah, and she said make sure you eat something. Make sure you keep up your diet and
I'm
to
doing a good job
not
of that.
worry.
I'm worrying.
Yeah, she told you not to do that, so you better not do that,
Well,
okay? Okay.
I'm trying not to. It's kind of
Mm-hmm.
hard when she's
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, kidnapped and to
Yeah,
be
yeah.
executed.
Mm-hmm.
Not very reassuring.
Right. So anyways, Steve told me to call you, and
Okay,
this is your call.
great, cool. Well,
Anyways, I gotta go. I see
okay,
I see the happily married couple I need to disembowel later. So
okay.
you stay
Have fun with that.
safe, and may your kills be vicious.
Thank you. I'm trying my best.
And then you
By
just
the way,
hear, mhm,
thank you for 30 years old.
yeah, mhm. So,
Uh,
I'll see you later.
yeah. Bye, Uncle Bob.
Bye bye. And then you hear a
Bye.
boo, and then you just hear like the beat, like the beat noise as you begin to shake your eyes awake. So, did anyone do anything to Death while he was in his air quote call?
Helen was standing right next to him, just like
Shiam just kind of
observing.
is like, at this point, his head is like tilted unnaturally, like basically at like a 90-degree angle to the side, and he's just staring directly into Death's face.
Interesting. He doesn't appear to say any. He doesn't verbalize anything, so it's purely mental. This form of communion.
What's
And
up, ballast?
the
Was
iris
that?
of his eyes begin to fade into view.
Yeah, you
Oh,
Hi,
guys
look.
just
ballast.
can't.
Look, he's coming
Yes.
out of his pathetic little trance.
Mm. Hi, sir. Yes. He like looks up at Shiam. Yes.
How's your inferior order doing?
Um. Great. They're fine.
I
might need
doubt
to-
that.
Well, I might need to leave after Calamity Cove.
And go where exactly?
My
We
sister
all
was
need to leave
kidnapped.
this place.
You
My
mean the
sister was kidnapped.
demon?
Yeah. I need to kill some priests.
Wait, your sister, the demon, has been kidnapped.
Well, yeah. Carmina. You met her.
I'd like to shake the hand of whoever managed to pull that off, to be honest.
Yeah. They're going to die. And I'll shake
Wait.
their undead cold hands.
Wait, you're intending to assassinate men of good faith to free your demon sister.
Yeah, huh?
I don't think you should.
Shiam just kind of lets out a long sigh and just kind of like takes a couple of steps away, muttering to himself, "Oh, look. The ballast is going for mindless slaughter as his first form of diplomacy. I'm not surprised."
Yes, you do realize that these people managed to capture and bound a fucking demon, correct?
Yeah. God, my roommate's
Kellen-
screaming if you can hear him, sorry.
Kellen
Hold on.
points a finger at... We need to wait for his kid to get back.
No,
Yeah.
it's fine. I'm questioning what they're doing if you can hear them.
Kellen points a finger at Death, pokes him, and pushes him slightly with just a finger on the chest. You, and I say this with great love and affection, are a weakling who has been consistently describing himself as the worst assassin under Ball's employ, correct?
I'm his fourth worst, actually.
Fourth worst, yes! So, what on Ephyra's name do you think you can accomplish what your sister couldn't?
Well,
They captured her. What do you think they're going to do when you knock down their door and tell them to give back the demon? Who, mind you, is not really your sister, is only someone who's gaslit you into thinking she's your sister.
Shiam kind of looks to Kellen and gives him like a finger gun and then just sighs. Also, Death, She's a demon. If a demon is killed on the material plane, they manifest back in the hells. She wouldn't even be dead. She could just claw her way back up here the same she did the first time. What are you worried about?
Also, I'd like to point out that these priests probably are in cahoots with some major institution or inquisition, so not only will they have proper means of containing her, they will have more than appropriate means of dealing with you if you tried something as monumentally and suicidally stupid as confronting them by yourself, because I will not assist you in saving your demon sister from any good, faithful church. I do not want that heat on me, and I don't think it's worth it.
Well, I'm not asking you to help me. I'm saying that's what I'm going to go do on my own. Also,
And what makes
first
you
of
think
all,
the rest of
how-
us will let you do that?
You're not the boss of me.
Unholy
Oh.
assassin Death himself.
Yes, sir.
Think for a second. You want to go after potentially an entire inquisition we know nothing about, while the threat of something destroying the world that only a few people know about is lingering over our heads. Do you really think you have time to save a demon who can claw her way back out of Avernus? She'll be fine. Even if they kill her, she won't stay dead. Why do you need to save her now? Just find a way to open a portal to the hells later and get her
What
after
if-
everything has been dealt with.
What if they had a way to kill her permanently? Sir.
Then one less evil in the world. We still got the big fucking flesh monsters to deal
Ellen.
with.
Kellen. Shut up. Please. I'm saving my sister.
I'd love to see you try.
I will.
For once,
Honestly, I think that saving family is an important thing to do. I would drop everything.
Don't,
to save
Connor.
my family, regardless. Don't tell me don't. I would save my family regardless of what world-ending threats there are. What point is there for me to want to save the world if my family is already dead?
Bye, Dad.
The problem is that one unholy assassin of Baal can't take out an entire order. I am one member of the Church of Bane, a fairly high-ranking member of the Church of Bane, and to investigate this island, which we didn't even know the threat of, I was sent with an entire squadron of Inquisitors. Death is currently thinking about tackling something probably on the level of difficulty of this endeavor alone. He's already died 3 times. What makes you think he isn't going to die a 4th? There's no guarantee he's getting brought back this time either.
That's why I think we should help him.
I am not even going to suggest the possibility of that. Connor, we are talking about saving a demon. Someone who doesn't even have any blood relations with Death. Like, look at the poor boy. We've all seen what the cult has done to him. Why on earth should we stick our necks out for them?
She hasn't done anything to me.
Has she protected you from the
Yes.
rest of them?
Yes.
To what end? Do you know her? Do you genuinely know her motives?
Yes. Yes.
Are you just saying that to reassure yourself? Or do you genuinely blindly believe that a demon is capable of a selfless act?
She is. She's
Well, I'll be. Then maybe, just maybe, I can believe the lie that my father is a good person too. But no, that does not change fundamentally what type of people they are. You
Plus-
cannot delude yourself like this forever, because if you do, you're going to end up dead. And we will be the ones to fucking bury you.
she's the only thing she's done is been there for me my entire life.
And surprise! She's not there when you need her the most, is she? You're alone, with only us for your help. Stuck
And
here on this island. Where has your sister been when you needed her most?
getting captured by Inquisitors is the answer. Death. Death. I had a family under the Church of Bane as well. They were set in a situation a lot like this. They pretended to care about me. They wanted to try and convince me over to their way of thinking because they didn't want to be there. All they did for my entire life was say they cared about me, while sabotaging me. Every step of the way. You can't be sure of her motives. You can't be sure of anyone's motives. In fact, the fact that you all don't trust me proves to me that your ally's worth having. Blind faith gets you almost nowhere. Where was she when, say, you had runes of the Dead Three carved into your arms? Where was she when you were being starved, when you weren't being given clothing? When you were sitting there, shaking in terror when I visited the Order of Baal for the first time? She was just standing there, not protecting you from the disapproving gazes of the other Baalists, not protecting you from the disapproving look of all the other Bainites that came with me. She didn't say a word.
She didn't. She didn't know what was happening to me.
If she cared so much, why didn't she ask?
She did.
Alright, leave the kid alone. This is getting sad now.
Did
The
ask.
problem is he wants to go on a suicide mission.
It's
Death,
yeah,
there
it's
is-
stupid.
We all can agree on that. Death, there is no realistic way you by yourself are pulling this off. I
I don't
am
give a
not going to
shit.
help you.
then don't. Then don't.
I don't want to bury you either.
Too
Because
bad.
believe it or not, the fucking Ballites aren't going to either.
The Baalists don't care
I'm not-
about you, Death.
They do. They do.
Then why? Death. I was raised in an order, a brother order to your own. I was clothed, fed, and even during the worst of my punishments, my wounds were patched up and were not left to scar after I was whipped within an inch of my life. And you're telling me that the Order of Baal, who has a reputation for being less cruel than my own, who has done far worse things to you than they did to me, cares?
Rena cares. I know she does. You don't even know her. What the fuck do you know?
I know that this is going to get you killed.
I don't care if it gets me killed. She's done too much for her to deserve death.
She doesn't deserve you, quite simply. The entire cult doesn't deserve you. You are throwing away so much of your own potential and so much possibilities for your own life to support and help your abusers. If you truly do not believe me, then I want you to do something.
She didn't abuse me.
I want you to do something for me, Death. I want you to take off your mask, look at your reflection, and tell me who you see. Not the name you gave yourself. The name your biological parents gave you before your first death. And
don't
ask
matter.
yourself. Kellen looks at you as if you just said the worst fucking thing you could ever have said, and he says,
They sacrificed me. They let me die.
Have you ever considered the fact that they've only killed you once, and the ones who you're calling your family have killed you twice?
I've gotten myself killed. It's not their fault. They haven't done anything to me.
then how do you explain the scars?
They-
The wounds, the bandages, the lack of decent clothing. You don't
They-
even have shoes, for God's sakes.
They didn't do that. They didn't know. I didn't tell them.
But it was all the Baalists.
But not them. I don't care about the other Ballists. I care about them. I care about Steve, Bob and Carmina. I don't care about the rest of them. You're the only three
And-
who've ever cared about me. The only three who've ever cared enough to say that they loved me. They love me.
And we fucking don't! Are you seriously going to put these murderers above us?
Right now, you guys aren't really acting like friends or family.
You're right. I don't know who my birth family is. I was thrown away and cast aside, and I've managed to make something of myself. Something Death will never be able to achieve if he keeps going down this path.
What
I've
is
made
the
a
thing? It's a family that you found yourself, right?
Yes.
And is death part of that? If not, then you have no right to say what he does or doesn't do. But if so, then you have an obligation to help him when he's suffering. If you truly feel like he means something to you, then you should help him. You can help him by coming up with a different way, or, you know, enabling him, but like, you're just putting him down right now.
I'm gonna be going.
Have you heard the old saying, pain is the greatest teacher of all? Death would be the wisest one out of all of us by that logic. And yet, he willingly blinds himself to that which everyone else here can see. If Death continues to refuse our help, how can we give it to him? We must show him truth, or he will die living a lie. He's the closest thing I've had to a little brother, and I will not bury him.
Then don't let him die. Not by stopping him, but by saving him. Be there with him. Let him discover it by himself, if there is even something to discover. That's part of growing up. You can't grow up for him. You can't force him to do that. It's something that he has to learn himself.
Do you honestly think he can learn it by himself?
Yes, every person has the capacity to learn. But they have to experience first. How can you learn without experiencing life?
Problem is, he can't experience life while under the thumb of the Church of Baal, the cult of Baal.
I'm not saying that we shouldn't get him out from under that, but I'm also not saying that we should force him to abandon the few people that have been kind to him. Why can't we save them too?
Because I know Death better than I know these people. And I
You
would choose
trust
Death
Death?
over all of them.
Do you trust death?
Helen looks to Death.
Death looks up at Kellen.
I feel like I need more convincing.
Why not meet her for yourself?
Kellen, listen, I didn't tell them I was hurt, or being hurt, or being mistreated.
They can see the scars all over your body.
No, they can't. I didn't let them. They don't know.
Death.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask you the most fundamental question right now. Do you want help for this?
I would like help. But if you don't want to, I can do it by myself.
Can.
Are you alright with not killing them?
It's my job to kill them.
There
But
was
are you
another
alright
way.
with
Has your
not?
God commanded you to kill them?
No, but
It's not an order then. Unless you're assigned directly from a superior a task, a target. Their lives do not need to be given to the Murder Lord.
they deserve it.
I'm gonna place my hand on Death's head. You felt death before, right? You've died.
Yeah.
Do you really want good people that you know, or at least think, to experience that same pain? They may have taken your sister, but that doesn't mean they have to die. We can roughen them up. We've done that before as well, but they don't need to die.
You're right, Percy.
Then I'm
Callan nods slowly.
I will say, if there's a way to get your sister back without having to fight anybody, I think that's the option that we should take. I mean, it would definitely be the safest for everyone involved.
Shiam kind of, just kind of looks to, Kana. Is this a good time to mention that I have a lot of connections in the entirety of Ephyra's legal system?
Yes,
So much
this
so
would be
that-
a great time to mention that, actually.
Yes, if there's technically no other officials around, I am technically, by courtesy of some documents that may or may not have been professionally forged, able to pass judgment upon people. Or interrogate them for myself.
Why aren't we doing that?
Callan steps forward towards Death.
Callan.
Percy suggests Percy's alternative solution is viable. I believe that there is a chance that an agreement can be reached with these inquisitors to see that your sister is released. However, I reserve the right to send her back to the hell she came from if I do not believe she is a positive influence on you. If she makes a move against you, or any of us, I will not hesitate. I am not burying you. But that does not mean I have to like her.
Okay.
I believe in you much more than I believe in her. Which is why, so long as no blood is spilt, and no important laws are broken, he says, looking over to Shyam.
Look, I'm not breaking any laws. I am legally an Inquisitor of the Church of Bane.
And remind me if that's recognized by the Ephyran government officially.
Oh, well, my status as an Inquisitor is. They just don't exactly know which god I serve. The actual deity may
That's
have
enough
been...
out of you. You and I have lots more to discuss later.
Understood.
Beth?
Yeah.
I have unresolved business. Lots of unresolved business, and I refuse to let you become another name on that list. So, I will help you out with this, so long as no blood is spilt. I don't trust you fully. I believe you're too far blinded by your affection towards these people. However, Connor has a point. I will see to it that this business is resolved in the hopes that one day you might just leave it all behind. You are capable of greater things than you know, and I wish to see that for myself. Not as some tool for an uncaring god or a pawn in a false family. This might be the first step for you to reclaim your life for yourself. I would be doing you an injustice if I refused to offer you any aid in this endeavor whatsoever. He puts a hand on your shoulder. I want you to prove it. Prove me right, please. Can you do that for me? Can you prove to me that you are capable of change?
I can do that.
Good. I will find a way to fix those fucking scars of yours, by the way.
Which ones?
Hopefully, all of them. And if not, then... well, I just wouldn't be a good greensmith, now would I?
I suppose.
Good. I believe I had the first watch.
Yes.
Yep.
I believe you did. And if
All
you
right.
wish to discuss things with me, as you put it, I'd be happy to join you.
I take a bath.
Go.
There's
Clean yourself
so
up.
much water here. Be a sin not to.
Well, I'm just gonna. Yeah. Death kind of like slowly kind of like walks off to go bathe.
So, you're all really stubborn.
The problem is, Percy, that the one of us who is the most stubborn is also the one who is more likely to be killed for his beliefs, that being death. Stubbornness
No.
in some instances is more like persistence, which is a good thing, such as Kellen's belief that he should be taken away from the cult of Baal. Now,
Gonna disagree with any of you. Just point out a very notable fact about what I've noticed.
Now, I'm more interested on a previous topic of conversation, this Tolan place you were mentioning. Why is it all of a sudden coming up? And Geo, if I may inquire, why were you so interested in hearing why Randy had been talking about it?
As
What
you
makes it suddenly such a high priority?
as you say that,
Call that a priority.
As you say that, Quilth and Randy, they're both staying there holding their bags of beef jerky. And then Quilth whispers to Randy, "This is getting good. I know, right?"
Not another. He kind of looks to them and just kind of like stares at them, just unblinking, like, if you don't shut your mouths.
Quilth does not look, so is not phased, while Randy just like he breaks eye contact.
Also,
Uh,
Ed, if you're talking, we can't hear you.
I wouldn't call it a priority. I just heard it. From one of those creatures. That's it. That's all.
If those creatures, as we're calling them, are connected to that place, to this cult of Shadoon, we may want to make a stop there at some point.
Not my first stop. I have other places I need to go.
Well, we've already added one location to our shopping list today. 2, potentially. What's one more?
Well, what's one more is I need to find the damn place I'm looking for.
Does make it a little bit harder, doesn't it?
What do you
It
want to
makes
do
it
about
harder
it?
when you're looking for a person. We're not looking for a place.
I mean, there's Kana. Isn't there scrying spells that can rotate people?
I mean, they exist. I don't know any of them.
If I could find one, it might be helpful, but I don't know how useful that'd be.
Kana, roll me intelligence.
Intelligence in the bot, or can I use
Uh,
dice?
Use dice or whatever. Just roll a die.
Okie
Give me a
dokie.
number. I want a number.
I rolled a 3.
Woo!
Give me the numbers.
Unfortunately, um, unfortunately, you do not hazard to recall any particular high-profile mages that are able to assist you. The
Yeah,
closest you could think of would be someone from Kuroyuri, but due to the poor political state of the region, and currently under potentially invasion from different kind of warring, like Viking tribes, yeah, so they're a bit busy right now.
okay.
Well, DM, what about Montevado? I know a few people there. Would there be a scrying wizard there? Or a
Uh,
sorcerer?
Go ahead and roll me intelligence, or
Oh,
yeah,
gosh.
roll me intelligence.
Bastard. How dare you? But, that is a... Ooh, 22. 19
Uh,
plus 3.
22.
Mhm.
Okay. As a as a matter of fact, you know of a well-meaning but ultimately shamed wizard going by the name of Adam, and he currently is self-isolated in Montevado, and he is you are only aware of him because he once tried to do an excavation in the Torino region,
Mm,
at the mouth of the Crimson Desert.
the mouth of Crimson Desert.
Mhm.
Mr. DM,
Yes.
scrying is a 5th level cleric spell.
Uh,
I'm from an order of clerics.
yeah.
I'm just pointing this out.
Do you have anyone in the Cult of Bane that might be able to pull this off?
Oh,
Would there be DM?
would there be?
I mean, it's a 5th level spell. You'd assume there are spellcasters of Shiam's level or higher.
Oh
in
yeah,
the order.
there would be.
Just
That
a
would be
quick
probably.
reminder: you guys actually know a cleric. You just have to get in contact with him with a letter.
Oh yeah, dad
Yeah.
figure.
Archibald.
No.
No. Which fucking
Uh,
cleric?
Eisen.
Eisen. Oh
Eisen.
fuck! Right.
Yeah.
Death would love to send Eisen a letter and be like, Eisen, they're being mean to me.
Oh,
We do have to get
But
in contact with
Kel-
him for
Kellen
the
called me
Well, I
brother,
mean,
and I
you
don't know how to
know
feel
where he
about it.
lives. Like, you can get in contact with him with letters. That isn't difficult.
yeah. If I remember
was gonna
correctly,
send a
you
letter.
decided to trust Eisen to be the one holding on to the first Damascus Steel page.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The last time you remember him is that he was summoned by the Hammers of Moradin, because there was strange happenings going on in one of the other dwarf fortresses. The Kadarans would, if you were to try to do so, uh you would have to probably either visit Mount Kadar itself or try to find in the direction of where the Hammers of Moradin are currently active. So, but if you need a cleric on call, that would probably be the one you can do. There's also Adam in Montevado, and for Shiam, what was the name of the region that wait, your home region again? I forgot the name of it.
You told me once and then never said it again. I did not write it down.
Okay, I'll figure that out. But yes, there would be someone in your order that you'd be able to contact. So you have three different potential contacts: Adam, Eisen, or someone from Shiam's order.
So, I'm sure we can find you a person to help you find another person.
I appreciate that. I just need to make sure that they're all right. And if I can do that, then I'll be fine.
You don't sound fine.
Well, when have I ever?
Gio,
Yes.
do we want to have another talk, the same one we had with Death?
The difference between me and the kid is I'm not dumb enough to confuse kindness for care.
Yeah, I guess, but
I've
still.
lived a full life. I'm older than all of you. I
My
can tell
question.
you this.
Wait,
The
how
person I'm
old are
looking
you?
for. Gio's in his mid-20s to late 20s.
Sham's
But,
also in his late 20s.
Like, how old are you? This is actually Kana asking.
Not relevant right now.
A spy master will be a spy
No.
master.
Look,
How old are you? No.
No, you.
Quest I'm going on isn't some suicide mission. I'd just be hunting down someone that I haven't seen in years. That's it. That's all.
I mean, you'll at least have us backing you up.
I just have one minor, unrelated question because we seem to be great at getting sidetracked. You said you heard about Talon from the Shrike. He doesn't know that in context. You said you heard Talon from the God Slayer.
Some kind of creature like that? Yes.
Is there anything else you've supposedly seen from this creature?
Well, it showed me a vision of Asfo Bay on fire, which doesn't bother me much. I'll miss the people I met there, but you learn to live with those kinds of losses. But then I saw soldiers that I'm familiar with, and someone very important.
On fire.
And while they were dying, they asked me to find Ton. Whether or not that was real is irrelevant to me. If it wasn't, great. That means that they should still be alright, and I can find them.
And you heard nothing else while you were in
Nothing.
there?
Just screams.
The creature, things around it, didn't say anything else?
Nothing I was paying attention to. I had my hands full with... I had my hands full.
Are you okay?
It's not something I want to think about.
No, my job. Alright, then I'll ask a different question. What do you want to do about it?
That's why I want to hunt them down. I need to find them. I need to see that they're alright.
Well, we can find them. However, if that thing said anything else that you aren't telling me, we're going to have a problem. I don't care who these people are. I care about anything you may have learned about these creatures. Are there more of them?
The only thing I know is that they worship some form of new gods and want to convert me. But that's after interrogating the chuckle fucks hiding under that creature. That wasn't what I saw. It was from the other things.
Creature didn't attack them?
No. After it attacked me, it stopped and let me go.
Intriguing.
Geo, you also remember that the vision that it forced upon you was basically a means of an act of superiority against you. The strike, or you do because that's what that's what the priest and the scion refer to it as. You do know the Shrike basically being an image of what it considers of a potential future,
A
and
Shrike invasion!
yeah, and you do know whatever the version of the Shrek that you encountered was of one of high importance.
No, I am aware of that as a player, but Geo in character is only really concerned about what he saw in there.
Got it. I just want to mention that in case that there's anything I didn't
Also, can you
clarify.
check your DM real quick?
Oh, sorry. I'm currently laying down for my back.
Look,
No, that's perfectly alright.
I won't pry any more than I already have. It's evident no matter how much you're trying to hide it, you're upset and worried about something. However, that thing is probably a bigger threat than any of us can comprehend.
That I know.
So, if we learn anything about it, it should probably be made group knowledge in case we run into any more of them, or the same one again. After all, I doubt it's just left Calamity Cove.
I told you all I know. Or at least, all I think I know.
That's all I can ask.
When you see someone you care about, someone you've grown to love, die in front of your eyes, in one of the most painful ways imaginable, do you think you'll care about anything else?
Chiam, as he just kind of starts to walk away, just looks back at Geo. Love is an emotion that weighs people down. It was trained out of me years ago. I wouldn't have survived as long as I did had I actually learned to care about people. You forget, I serve the god of tyranny. Making someone love you is just a means to an end. I can sympathize. And say that I'm sure that would shake someone. But I can't relate.
I don't need you to. It's what's giving me the strength to come this far, so that we can finally put an end to that bastard.
This doesn't happen to be connected to the
What
people you
gives me-
wanted us to find this side of the Sahuagin nest. Is it?
They are related. That's how I met her.
Well then. Other than just getting out of this place, I believe we still have some bastards to hunt tomorrow.
Speaking of tomorrow, it's been a long day.
You all live incredibly sad lives.
I agree.
Or at least most of you.
More than a few
You
of us.
do realize you were cloned, right?
Yeah, not that mad about it. Well, I am pretty pissed about it, but I didn't punch it out.
The thing
Touche.
is,
But some problems you don't just punch out, including but not limited to when you want to get married to someone for real.
I mean, I have 4 years left of my life? Not really.
Shiam kind of thinks for a second. Actually, I believe it is a Githyanki ritual to beat up your lover as an act of getting together. So you're not entirely correct about that.
Hey,
So-
look
I
at
doubt it's
Twilith.
known,
Kind of
so it doesn't pretty
fundamentally
matter
wrong
in
about
this-
that.
Quilth is
I
going to
look at Twilith.
well, Quilth is going to go. Yeah, that is partially true, and I joined the other orders because a lover wanted me to be their partner and kept kicking my ass. So, yeah.
Autumn behavior.
Good for
Shiam
you.
just kind
Last I
of
checked, that's
Shiam
not
just kind of
Elven
shrugs.
behavior.
Told you. Anyways, I agree with
I-
Kana. Long day.
If I
Sleep
fought back,
time.
if I fought back, I would be reciprocating false feelings. By the way,
You're- I just want to
Not
do it for
something I cared
fun.
about.
I mean,
Anyways,
I do know plenty of single Githyanki women. If you're interested, Percy.
No.
anyways,
I'm good, Twilith.
for everyone here, you all should actually get some rest first. You're in rougher shape than I am, and I don't think I'm in any condition to go to sleep right now.
Shiam just stares at Geo, kind of just reaches out his arm, which is the only part of him that's damaged, just with like a couple of like piercing wounds, and just kind of blinks a few times at him. Would you like to say that again?
Excuse me,
You're all in
sorry.
worse condition than I am, and I'm in no real shape to go to sleep right now. So you all go get some rest, and I'll take the first watch.
I already had
Would you like
watch
me
on
to
first.
repeat it
I already
again?
had dibs on first watch.
And I believe that Sir Righteous Kellen wanted to have a few words with me. Am I correct?
I am not
Greensmith?
righteous, nor am I titled. And it can wait for later. Honestly.
Randy whispers to Percy. He goes, "Could have fooled me."
Touche.
I don't know about the knighted thing though.
He acts
Right.
as stubborn as one.
Maybe.
Well,
Benefits of
doesn't
a
have
good
to-
upbringing.
yeah. If I've learned
I
anything,
was
it just
raised-
means that Kellen just came up right.
Was raised in nobility. Kinda. Well, technically
Yes,
not.
lucky for you.
Yes.
But you don't really smack of somebody who was raised by nobility.
Can I get an update on
I
how
am
you
a
did
clone.
today?
Hold on, guys, 1 second.
If anything, you strike me more as somebody who would go and pick fights at the pub for fun.
What?
I mean,
No.
who said that nobility doesn't do that?
I mean, out of Quilth says, like, out of everyone here, he points toward Kana. He goes, out of everyone here, you're probably the most air quote normal one here.
I mean, I'd agree. I like have a family in life that's not adventuring or like getting revenge or something.
And you
Well,
said you were here because a dragon told you to come out here.
I mean, kinda.
That makes no sense.
Well, congratulations. You were told by some kind of being. That's something. Some of us have to find inspiration inside of ourselves, and others.
I mean, part of it was I just wanted to get away from home.
Hmm.
I mean, that's entirely fair. No one's going to say your reasons are less or worse than anyone's.
Well, it seems to me all of you had a very fucked up day, so I'm just going to start making some dinner. Randy, and Quick goes, yeah? You know about how apparently you're into fat rotund people. So you know how the best way how to make them bigger, correct? Shut up and go with me. As he basically grabs him by the nape of his armor, and they both walk off to go meal prep.
Well, that's one way to get rid of the peanut gallery.
Why couldn't they have done that earlier?
Because they have no sense of tact.
We do.
I thought we were
Clearly
whispering.
not. Either way. Like I said, how I feel will pass. I'm shaken by seeing things I'd rather not remember. Even though I can't help it. As for helping the kid, well, for as much as I don't trust the kid's judgment of character, if one thing's certain, I can't let him kill himself without me being there to at least try to help. So if you're all going to help him, I'll be there with you.
Um.
Oh,
Oh, continue.
I was just gonna say I'll help where I can.
After you,
And that's how we know you'll live a good life.
after all that's being said, how is death processing during all of this?
Staring blankly into the water of the bath that he's taking. He's like stripped everything except for like his. I'm assuming Death wears underwear. I'm hoping Death wears underwear. I don't remember if it was a joke or not, whether or not he was commando all the time.
That
But
was a joke back in Astral Bay, but I made that one
right,
non-canon.
right, he wears underwear now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably like bathing in just his underwear because
Mm-hmm.
that seems normal, especially because like he's within sight of everyone. And it feels I don't know. He feels weird about bathing naked when
Excuse
everyone
me.
can see him. So he has his boxers on, or I don't know, whatever form of underwear he's wearing.
I'm just gonna say boxers, okay? Okay.
Yeah, he's wearing boxers, probably briefs. Um, he's like he doesn't take his mask off when he bathes, so he's kind of just like staring into the
I'm
water.
back. What did I miss? I'm sorry.
Uh, Death
More
is
talking.
Death
Dicking
is
around.
like
we're going back to Death's POV of him taking a bath. Um,
Death is having a
basically
bit of a time.
he's having a bit of a time. He's staring like into the water, mask on, just wearing boxers as he's bathing. He has attempted to clean his hair, but he doesn't own a hairbrush, so so it's still a tangly, nasty, poorly cut mess at the moment.
As you begin to like seep and try to like stimulate your scalp, in the water, you do notice that there is not dandruff but dust coming out of your hair, and as you wash it deeper, you fully remove a small flea colony.
Oh,
So yeah. And
okay.
as you're doing that, you do remember a time when you were being groomed by
Goosh.
shush.
Sorry, I
Sorry.
my
No,
do you
guys, don't ruin this. Okay, you do
Continue.
remember
Continue.
being
Sorry.
cleaned by Carmina as she was helping you bathe, and you had like fleas and lice and other invasive critters. As she uses the very like precision fingernail that is used to claw unsuspecting humans, as she basically kebabs insects, and she laughs as she gives you a bath, as she is basically eating all of the pests on your body.
He's awesome. Yeah, Death as he's like remembering that as he's like sitting in the water, he kind of like cries. He cries to himself in the bath. He kind of like he's very pretty quiet about it, but he's just like at some point he just starts sobbing in the water, head in hands.
Hmm.
His hands, covered in runes, stained neon green. He's crying. He
You
sobs.
you do remember the voyage of to get to Clement Cove was 2 days, and you also remember that the amount of time you've been here, so it would be at least, at minimum, 3 to 4 days under good weather conditions for you to be able to begin the process of rescuing your sister. So essentially, you have 3 weeks, and you don't know how long the journey is going to curtail for this next step.
Yeah, Death. Uh, Thinking about that and also remembering, like memories of him and his sister. He's crying. He's just sobbing
Mm-hmm.
quietly as a person can sob.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
And
he's sobbing.
and
Considering all
due
the conversation that's happening, it's probably pretty quiet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and due to the state of your family, Bob isn't always the most eloquent. He's very blunt. So,
Yeah.
the fact that other people with more members of your family with more tact are either out in the field or they're dead. And
Yeah.
it's unusual that Steve is going to go on a rescue mission and not a kill mission. That's a weird contradiction, or not contradiction, weird behavior coming from the King's Death Stalker.
Yeah. Kinda sus. Not gonna lie.
Mm-hmm. And the fact that
Hmm.
he used up all of his favors? You remember him telling you stories. Everyone had dozens of favors. Why can't he use favors now?
Mm. Yeah, Death's kind of like thinking about that as he's sitting in the bath. Death can't call people, I don't think. But people can call him if is how I'm assuming it is, right?
Uh, yeah. Due to your status as a Death Stalker.
My status is the fourth worst.
Yes.
Um, yeah, yeah. Death is kind of just like being really sad in this bath at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
He's a sad little man.
And during your phone calls, you just hear
Boy.
you would hear whispers of going, and like people who've died under the orders of Ballists, and so yeah, you just hear very faint whispers of that during the calls.
Delightful. Yeah, that's
And
kind of like.
I'm gonna make
Go
it
ahead.
canon. Every time you get like a call, your mask vibrates like a cell phone.
That's adorable. Speaking of his mask, Dust kind of like takes it off and like stares into the eye sockets of it. It's sad bath hours with Death, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
He's taking a
Eventually,
depression bath.
he's taking a depression bath, and also because he's covered in blood and grime and is gross.
Don't you
Um,
also have like a rubber ducky?
don't do I?
I think you found a rubber ducky.
Oh yeah, I did. You're right. Yeah, I also have that fish bowl, eternal fish bowl. I think
Yeah, you did. Yep, you have the eternal fishbowl with living fish
the
in it.
living fish in it. Yeah, Death kind of like I don't know. He's like sitting in there in like this giant pool of water with a rubber ducky staring at his mask. You can like see him from all the way across this cave, kind of just like looking really sad.
Are you trying to keep the ducky close, or are you just letting it drift all over the pool?
He's letting it drift, but every now and then he'll get up and go and sit by where it managed to drift off to.
And you pick it up and you give it a squeeze, and you hear whack,
Amazing.
whack.
That's great.
And Quilth, so Quilth, his head twitches when he hears it make the noise.
You're right, because Wolf makes that noise.
Hmm.
Yeah. Sad death bath hours. Eventually he'll get out of the bath, but his hair is somehow messier than it was before. Somehow.
And you,
Now,
as you are reminiscing, you do kind of miss the times when you would be laying down, like on the bed, as Carmina would basically, with full extension of her claws, masterfully comb your hair as she hums to you as you fall asleep.
Yeah,
When
Death is
you
crying when he gets out of that bath.
and you remember the times when you wake up as she will leave her shedded copy of herself, hollowed out, dark hollow eyes, as like basically like a teddy bear.
Death is a freak. So is Carmina. They're great. Yeah, Death is kind of like He like puts his mask back on, but it's pretty obvious that he's crying underneath his mask, and it's not just water. He's fine,
Mm-hmm.
probably.
Would it be cruel to say Ball would remove your tear ducts?
No, Death has cried in canon before.
Alrighty. That was a joke, by the way.
That would be really cruel, actually.
Yeah.
But seeing as
Anyways,
he's missing half his face, not
that
out of pocket.
that would be a
But
bit
he
overkill at this
can
point.
cry. Yeah,
So-
it'd be a bit overkill. He can cry.
Now that we're past or experiencing sad death hours, Percy, what are you doing? Kellen, how are you Kellen, how are you processing?
I am counting the bullets in my gun, just keeping an eye out for bullshit.
Alrighty. Any volunteers before we move on?
Chiam, wants to yell at his god about what the fuck just happened.
Okay, this is gonna be a religion roll, so go ahead and roll.
Oh shit! I just dropped my dice. Hold on. Okay.
Oh boy, it says here there's been some downed power lines in my neighborhood. I really hope my power doesn't
dirty
get fucked
20.
over because of that.
17 plus 3.
It would already be
Hey.
fucked if it was.
17 plus 3, dirty 20.
Okay. So,
Dad!
alright, I'm gonna... I gotta change the music again, for this next part, because the DC was exactly 20.
I'm so good!
Alrighty. I do have to admit, I am genuinely happy because this is the first time we actually had genuine player conflict.
Yeah, in a while.
For
It
the
was
whole
good
for the
RP.
whole campaign.
It's
Anyways,
good RP. Yeah.
so
Yummy, yummy.
we're gonna have this conversation, do a little bit more little stuff, and then we're gonna wrap up for the night.
Cool.
Let me get the music ready. Where the fuck is that music track I always like to use? I had it saved, but it didn't save because it goes, oh, this song was removed. I go, fuck you then. Alright, here we go.
That happens.
Da, da, da. Okay. So, unlike Death, who basically zones out, Shyam, describe how you basically do your prayer and or meditate.
Jam pretty much, first of all, goes away from the effigy of, Waterhelm. Because, as we already stated, Waterhelm is on thin fucking ice.
Fishhelm.
Fishhelm is on thin fucking ice. So Shion basically, while still being within the radius of the blessing, just because he doesn't want to, get stabbed by anything, basically is at the very edge of it and just kind of sits down and pretty much just starts, like... I don't know how to explain this in small out of context tangent. Paladins of Bane are given swords that were made generations ago that are effectively holy relics of the order. So, Sham's longsword is one of these swords. So he basically, holds it in, both hands, still in its scabbard, and pretty much just starts, repeatedly muttering, prayers to his deity in Celestial, because, fancy Asmar things.
Right, you do so, and as you complete your ritual, you do find yourself standing amongst the banners. You stand in front of a staircase and are stitched together banners of fallen kingdoms, military orders, so on and so forth. Something something that you're always been familiar with. And as you begin to walk into a direction of this massive hall, you do notice that there You would suspect like a shadow looming over this place, but you do know that you realize that there is a surprising amount of light being shedded, being lit outside this hall of fallen empires. As you enter, the door falls off and it basically slams as dirt and dust kicks upward. And as you walk in the direction of your god, you notice that one of the rings holding the banner of your deity, there's 4 of them. One of the rings has become undone as the banner is starting to be slightly obscured by itself. As the only place of shadow in the room, in this hall, is at the feet of your god. He's facing toward you, and he's leaning. He's also leaning on. He's leaning into his fist from one of the sides of the chair. You definitely sense that he's not upset with you, but even for you, this is unusual.
Yeah. Chiam knows better than to comment, and basically, properly bows before him. There's no good way to put this. One of those monsters, creatures, whatever their names are, the Godslayers. They're back. One was summoned, conjured right before my eyes. If the vision it sent to one of the ones who's being watched by Shadun is to be believed, there are many more where that one came from. Many, many more. Enough to burn the entirety of Asphalt Bay to the ground.
Your god, his hand, as he uses his open hand, you see it, the fingers begin to pull back and claw through the wood, and he does not respond. But after about 5 seconds of pause, you hear a prolonged sigh. You hear shuffling amongst the rubble as a figure reveals itself. A warrior, one of massive height of 7.5 feet, wearing a helmet with series of holes in it. You remember hearing about another warrior similar to your stature. As it looks at you, it doesn't speak. It reaches inside its armor and pulls out an apple. And he tosses it to you.
Chiam catches it.
As you catch it, Bane goes, "This is Bastion." He's come to the same conclusion with the reports that you have. He cannot speak, but I speak to him telepathically.
Understood.
The god eaters you have spoken about, I believed were just were the wishful thinking of those who cannot understand understand me. There is something tyrannical as me lingering out there. I will not have it. Your
There was
task
something
is...
else.
Oh, sorry. you can continue.
There's something else if you don't already know. One common thread that seems to be popping up that was directly, apparently conveyed to, I wouldn't call him a companion, but reluctant ally. Tolan.
Hmm.
They said to go to Tolan.
Yes. There is war brewing there. I have a regiment of my soldiers being sent there to help quell the occupation, as the mortals call it. They'll see the light eventually. As he kind of like reluctantly kind of gazes toward the light, and he goes, "It is unclear what forces are at work. It seems to me that you're the closest one to discover the source of these entities against me."
I would
Do
say
what-
potentially.
Do as you see fit. Use them, kill them. Complete your mission.
Understood, sir. And after?
And after? Return to the Order. Many of my agents require your debriefing.
Yes, sir.
Find this Shadoon. Topple his order. Bring me his head.
Of course. His cultists are here. That much I've discovered. With any luck, given that the rest of those I'm currently traveling with have run into him multiple times, or at least his followers, and he spoke to them directly, it's only a matter of time before we come face to face with the man himself.
I trust you'll get it done.
Of course, sir.
I shall
Or die
send.
trying.
I shall send warriors on many campaigns. The strongest amongst them will be there at your beck and call. Give it time. Pray to me again, and I'll let you know if they're ready.
Yes, sir. For now, I'll focus on getting out of this place.
Assemble
That thing is
more,
still on the loose.
Assemble more forces. Make use for shields. Oh, and one more thing. I'm receiving odd prayers.
Excuse me.
Unusual prayers. Sorry, I need to clarify something in my notes.
No worries.
Give me a sec.
A merchant named Ephyran Achilleos in,
Fuck.
in Montevado has
Yes.
reached out to our order, primarily one of my agents. See if he's useful.
Alright. And if he
Wh-
isn't?
Do as you see fit. Decimate, destroy, or cripple.
One more thing, sir.
Hmm.
The ballast.
Yes.
Is it worth aiding him? I know he's an unholy assassin, but above that I know very little. He could be useful, but at the same time, the only way we're keeping him around is if we potentially get his demonic sister out of the clutches of who knows what Inquisition.
What I do know is that Ball has taken a special interest in his project. It is unclear what the sources of that is. Ball still remains under my boot. But even then, those from beneath you still plot against you. Ball has something special in mind for this death, you call him? Or he calls himself?
He calls himself, I think, is more correct.
He walks among the Deathstalkers. He does not yet realize he's not truly one of them.
Though he isn't an unholy assassin. He didn't seem like one. He hesitates with the blade.
He still contains his free will. For a Deathstalker, that is unusual.
I believe the same.
He mentioned a ritual his family put him under. Is that correct?
He claims they sacrificed him, sir. Though the validity of that statement is to be determined.
Ball knows something we do not. Aid him. Get what information you can.
Understood, sir.
As he directs his other hand towards Bastion, he shall prepare, so Bastion will oversee and prepare a force to aid you. Bastion looks at you, he clenches his fist, and he basically bows to you.
Xion gives him like a polite half bow as well, as is custom. Because he assumes that at the very least, Bane only gives attention to people who are fairly, important.
Right. And then from there, he goes, take your leave. And leave,
Yes, sir.
And leave tyranny in your wake.
Of course. I'd have it no other way.
As you begin to walk away, Bastion walks with you. He can the Bastion has lost its capacity to speak. But you do know he has been a war machine. And he holds up a crude drawing of the emblem of Carpe Diem. And he points for himself, and then he also taps the paper. You're able to infer that he's familiar with them.
That's who I'm with right now.
He nods his head, and then from there he salutes you. And it's in its way, wishing you good luck.
He gives him a polite nod to you as well.
And then from
May the
there,
Black Lord be with you.
And then he salutes again. Describe how you wake up from your trance.
Xion pretty much snaps back awake. His head was kind of lowered, eyes closed. He was obviously still he wasn't not there, but he definitely, his mind was was wandering. Even if if someone was to physically shake him, he'd probably immediately break out of the trance, unlike death. He kind of snaps his head up and shakes a little bit, puts his sword back where it's supposed to be, on his back, and just lets out a long sigh, looking back over to where the rest of the party is, and he just kind of mutters to himself, well, guess I'm stuck with them after all. He kind of walks over to where Death is, I'm assuming still crying.
Yeah, Death is still crying, probably just got out of the bath. I drew him.
Yeah.
Those stupid amounts of scarring. It looks like.
Xion kind of looks down at Death. I'll help you with your sister.
You will, sir?
Yes. Don't interpret it as an act of kindness or affection. But I'll help you get her out of there. I'd still recommend we don't use direct force. However, if it comes to that, you'll have my blade on your side.
Thank you.
He kind of looks to all of Death's massive fucking multitude of scars.
50% scar tissue.
Yeah, he's
That's fine.
50% scar tissue.
Maybe 60, actually.
He's a lot scar tissue.
Yeah.
So
Let's hope Kellen can fix that.
I don't really mind them too much. Reminders.
Probably not good ones. Shiam just kind of goes to go and take a nap. He's tired. He's had to deal with way too much shit today.
A nap that lasts about 8 hours.
8 hours. Yep. Mm-hmm.
and as it
Nap.
happens, Randy and Quill they distribute what was it? Mushroom mushroom stew, which is basically not mushroom, a mushroom salad, which is just mushroom, and more mushroom.
Death eats ravenously.
Yeah. And these are
Kellen,
and these aren't
Kellen
like
as he's like
mushrooms.
eating. Kellen as he starts eating them like they were potato chips says, "My aunt was a mycologist. Reminds me of home.
I thought you
The-
didn't know your birth family.
I was adopted."
Fair enough. Shiam kind of eats one and kind of looks at them dubiously.
Quill just shrugs at you as he walks on by, none the wiser. Randy Randy just sits in the corner.
Corner moment.
So
Yeah, Death is easy thing. His hair is still like insanely wild. He has not brushed it. He doesn't have a hairbrush. He can't do that.
I don't think
Shiam just
any of us have a
discreetly
hairbrush right now.
Shiam just discreetly slides him a comb.
So, I am okay from the looks of the voice channels. It's going to be we're going to end off on the final thoughts and actions of your character before we call it a session. So, I'm going to
Are we gonna
do
end on the long rest?
yeah.
Cool.
Excellent.
So, I'll go or go bottom to top this time. Death. Final thoughts and actions of your character before the long rest.
Okay, Death is attempting, because Shiam has given him a comb, attempting to comb his hair, which is going, poorly.
It's as if you're brushing matted hair.
Because his hair is matted, yeah, and also horribly unevenly cut. And so Death is like struggling, especially because like brushing your hair when it's all tangled like that hurts from experience. So he's kind of struggling a little bit. Eventually, he gets it in a workable state, and by workable, I mean he got nothing done. He'll grab Chops, his little stuffed lamb, and he'll
as
set one to
you
his bedroll.
hold Chops and you brush your hair, you tug on really hard, and then from there you actually make like a hairline part, a certain portion of your hair straighten. And as you do so, a quarter size spoder is like on top of your comb. It doesn't frighten you. It just looks at you and then it just skitters off your hand.
Bye.
Percy. Kana. Oh, never mind.
Wait. Last final thoughts before rest.
Final
right?
thoughts and actions of your character.
Percy's going to attempt to draw the symbiote Percy he saw, or Venom Percy, right?
Yes. Or punish Percy, if you depending how you want to look at it. Yeah. Oh yeah, evil doppelganger.
Yeah, my doppelganger, and Percy's just gonna look at it and be slightly conflicted with how he feels before trying to sleep with it.
Mm-hmm.
Sleep.
Kana.
Kana, after finishing eating, is going to update her map of Calamity Cove, with the help of the star compass, to get actual like location stuff.
Cool.
And then we'll just go to bed right after that because she's had a long fucking.
Got it. Okay, Shiam.
Chiam basically just kind of takes off his armor because he wears fucking full plate. So according to D&D mechanics, that takes a hot minute. Takes off his plate mail and just kind of like lays out his bedroll and then just kind of collapses because honestly he has horrible sleep habits and just basically conks right out, which I would like to mention. He still does radiate bad vibes while asleep.
Mm-hmm. Gia.
Gio's going to be sort of gazing into his pendant while sort of drifting off.
Okay. Helen.
Kellen, as he's keeping first watch, is just thinking a lot about what Kana said to him. And like how it relates to his relationship with death, and he's just like thinking mostly to himself as he just keeps an eye out.
As each of you begin to take your time for sleep, all you can think about now is the limited amount of time you currently have for everything going on for each of you. The looming conquest of the Sword of Shadoon, the organization that, for some reason, is linked to all of you. And at the same time, too, you ponder
Excuse me.
yourselves about how you can try to achieve your own personal goals. Ever so pondering the future, each of you find your own comfort in this hellhole, frankly, and you all drift off into sleep as you prepare for the next day. And that is where we'll call it for tonight.
Was there anything important after I stopped talking because my internet died?
No.
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 Okay.
And so
Dude, I came back from going to the bathroom right on time for Shiam to start talking to Bane about death. I went, oh, ooh.
The ball. That's like, what about the ballast? It's like
I came back
Bane-
right as I
Bane-
heard ballast. I went, oh. That's
Bane
me.
is just like, yeah, he's fucking weird. And Cham's like, yeah, that's what I said. He's like, yeah, keep an eye on him. He's fucking weird. And he's just like, okay, yeah, cool.
before we
Got it.
continue, everyone
Will's
say
doing some
bye
sus
recording.
shit. Bye recording.
Bye recording.
The gods suck and must be killed.
Yeah.
Boo!